Casey and JoJo. Way that I stay on my podcast. I've been on ESPN all day. Only break that I take is to dodge cash. I don't stop with the beat, ain't no ball hog. Need a tag in this beat, no dog park.
What's going on, everybody? It is us. We're back again. Headphones and highlights. We actually made it. It's episode 16 this time. We got myself, Peter, Aseem. What's going on, everybody?
What's up, fellas? What's going on?
What's up? Another day.
Another dollar.
Yes, sir.
Everybody's day going well?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Well as it can be. Yeah,
glad to hear.
Yeah, my son, he got pneumonia, unfortunately.
Oh no.
Oh yeah. So
sucks.
You know, on dad duty. He got his antibiotics and stuff. So, but yeah, just nonstop coughing every day.
Well, hoping for a speedy recovery. Hope it works out for you and little guy.
Thank you.
Nonetheless, we're in the world of the NFL here. Kyler Murray has announced his newest destination for the year of 2026. Aseem gets bonus points. Called it.
I did.
Released.
I did. I
called it. You called it Aseem?
I called it last. Last pod. I said he's going to the Vikings.
As soon as it
makes the most sense.
He was like, he's going to be a Viking. And lo and behold, Kyler Murray has signed with the Vikings. Aseem, go right ahead. Tell us why you predicted this.
Yeah, because I got some faith in Kyler, unlike Carlos. I mean, I think he'll take the job from JJ. And the people that doubt him, that don't think that he's going to do something on the team. Last year, all they needed was a quarterback. They were a quarterback away from making the playoffs at least. So they have an elite defense. They got top tier wide receivers. The run game and the line, they needed some work, but they mostly needed a quarterback, and JJ wasn't serviceable. So you got the best wide receiver, one of the best wide receivers in the NFL. You know, a good wide receiver too, solid tight end, good offensive coordinator, good coach that's supposed to be the quarterback whisperer in Kevin O'Connell. So we'll see if he's the guy that can, unlock Kyler and take him to the next level. So I think he can get it done.
See, I had a feeling he was going to go there since they were so hot after him. I was hoping that he would go to a different team like Pittsburgh, not just because I want to see Pittsburgh do good. I'm just a fan of the sport, and I think Pittsburgh is one of those teams who are also just a quarterback away from wreaking havoc in the NFL. And to me, they didn't try hard enough. I don't know what's going on in Pittsburgh. I don't know why they're so hung up on bringing back 42-year-old Aaron Rodgers for another year. They need to give that one a break. He's done. He's not Tom Brady. He's 42 years old, and we saw in the beginning of the year he was looking great, but it's a long season, and with the multiple hits, a couple of injuries, he couldn't even move the ball down the field like he once could, and it showed. It showed in his performance. It showed in the team's performance. So I was hoping that they would be the ones to, sign Kyler Murray or at least be aggressive in trying to sign one of these quarterbacks, but they didn't do anything. Kind of like Pittsburgh always does. For some reason, they're like allergic to quarterbacks, and it is what it is. Kyler Murray though, he signed with the Vikings, and I can't even blame him for signing there. They have, like Aseem said, Justin Jefferson, who's one of the top 3 wide receivers in football. Jordan Addison. You got T.J. Hawkinson. Aaron Jones, I believe, is still there. Like, they got a nice core of offensive pieces there that are really serviceable. What I really like about this contract is not the number, because, of course, he's getting paid still from Arizona, so $1.3 million isn't anything like crazy in terms of NFL money. it's probably the league minimum for him. It's the fact that in the contract it states he's not allowed to get franchise tag next year. That right there was the guy. Yeah, that was big.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Because that means Kyler is betting on himself this year to have a phenomenal year. As Aseem said, the quarterback whisperer. Sorry. And yeah, like Aseem said, he's the quarterback whisperer. You saw what he did with Sam Darnold. Had Sam Darnold look good. They didn't re-sign him. Sam Darnold just won the Super Bowl. Carried the same teachings that he learned from O'Connell to Seattle, and that carried Seattle to a Super Bowl. And now Kyler Murray has the same situation here where he gets to learn from one of the better quarterback coaches in the league and one of the better head coaches in the league. So, and again, he can't get franchise tag, so we know if he does good this year, it ain't a franchise tag. He's getting the bag.
Oh yeah, with a bad team, probably.
Be a bad team. Maybe next year's the year where Pittsburgh decides to be like, hey, you know what? Harlow was right over in headphones and highlights. Let's go give this guy money that he deserves here, and we'll guarantee him $80 million or something, or whatever the backs are now. It could be anybody.
So for me, like I said, everybody knows I'm the newbie in football here. When I seen this, first of all, obviously for the Vikings, great deal. I mean, you get the league minimum for this guy to compete for your starting QB role, which I'm pretty sure he's going to get it over the other one, over McCarthy. And he's still owed $36 million from Arizona. That's a lot of money owed. So good for them to pick it up. I'm with Los. I expected like somebody like the Steelers to try to pick him up, because the Steelers, like, I didn't think that they were going to try to go again with Aaron Rodgers, but I have a friend of mine. He is a Steelers fan, and he told me straight up, I have no idea what the Steelers are doing. I don't even think they have an idea of what they're doing. No one knows what they're doing, but again, I'm new to this. I've only heard things about Kyler Murray. I've heard that a lot of teams were a little scared of him because apparently, like, he doesn't like this is what I heard. Again, if I'm wrong, I'm sorry, I'm wrong, but what I've heard is kind of like he doesn't take like what's it called, like reading the plays and stuff like that serious. That he just plays a lot of like video games and stuff. So a lot of people see him as like an undisciplined kid. But I was told that like Lo said, the head coach for the Vikings is very good, and he just needs like a good like leadership under him, and they think that he's going to do really well. Obviously, like Lo said, not having the franchise tag, this is him betting on himself and being like, hey, I'm gonna do my thing here, and y'all gonna have to open your checkbooks next year. So good on both teams. Like I said, is low risk for the Vikings, because they barely paid anything for this guy. It's only $1 million. He literally got the veteran minimum, and good for Murray. You get to, like Lo said and Aseem said, you get to be surrounded by a lot of good players. So now show what you got.
100%.
And think about this. He is the only quarterback, or the only player that has a study clause in his contract, or had one when the time came. Imagine that.
Can you guys educate me and maybe other viewers that like don't know what that clause is?
Okay, so I'll pull it up
while I try to fix my.
I know it's not in his contract anymore.
But in his prior contract.
Yeah, it was in 2022. It was independent study addendum. He couldn't study while he was distracted by TV, internet, or video games. And then said if he failed to meet the criteria, he was at risk of being default of his contract.
What?
So, yeah.
That's crazy. I've never heard of something like that before.
Yeah.
So they basically were like forcing him to be like, yo, you need to, study your plays and stuff like that.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Hey, and if he, to me, what that shows here, if he carries that same bad habits to Arizona or to Minnesota, you had Marvin Harrison Jr., who was supposed to be one of the breakout college wide receivers to come in the NFL, son of Hall of Fame wide receiver Marvin Harrison. And for some reason, you two just could never click, in my opinion. It was just never really working. Like, he had his games with Marvin where he was, doing his thing, but then like most of the time, Marvin, at this point, we can all agree he's trending and heading towards bust territory, unfortunately, which is
I guess
sad for somebody of as hyped up as he was and as the son of a Hall of Famer.
He's just not living up to the hype that was what it was when he was in college. I think that's the issue. And on top of that, now what's a bigger issue is the other wide receiver is out here balling. I'm sorry for forgetting his name. I don't know why I'm drawing a blank on his name.
That could also be just the fact that he ended up being out most of last year to end the year. So it's one of those like
Michael Wilson. There you go. Yeah, Michael Wilson, who has been balling with the quarterback.
Brissett.
Yeah, Jacoby Brissett. Yeah, Michael Wilson, like, he's putting up absolute insane numbers. When Marvin Harrison was out and Jacoby was in at quarterback. So I don't know. Yeah, it's a little dilemma that MHJ got, but I think I give it one more year or a couple more years, because who knows how good they're gonna be with Brissett. And
I agree. I will say that as I agree. I don't think that I'm not gonna give him the bust label yet. He, like I said, he's trending there, and like he's heading in that direction. But but here's the but. I want to see how he does on another team. Maybe another team that could use a wide receiver that has potentially a quarterback or even a young quarterback. And yeah, let's see if maybe it's just the team, because sometimes that is a thing where a player doesn't work out with a certain team and then he gets traded to another team and all of a sudden he's a Pro Bowler.
The Cardinals are a bad team, have been a bad team for a while. So
yeah,
we'll see.
Definitely.
Yo, what's next?
In other signings, we have one that I know Aseem wanted to talk about here with the Eagles. His Philadelphia Eagles have signed wide receiver Marquise Hollywood Brown to a 1-year contract.
So
Aseem,
we had
a
couple. I mean, he's a good wide receiver 3, because we lost our wide receiver. So I think he's a good third string. He'll suffice. He'll take over in his place. A couple other things we did was we extended Goddard for a year. So we have him for one more year. He was looking to get signed by somebody else, but the price just wasn't what people wanted for a 30-plus-year-old tight end with injury issues and stuff. But when he's on the Eagles, he's good. So I'm not, you can't be mad at it.
Well, what they were saying with that is the Eagles, like Howie Roseman and him, they kept pushing back his actual date to become a free agent, so that way the cap hit kept getting pushed back and kept getting pushed back. And by extending him, they got to basically lessen the cap hit. So instead of the full like $20-some million, they have to pay half of that this year, half of it next year. But then now his salary is there, so it also goes into Dallas Goedert not wanting to play for another team. He saw the market. He said, "All right, if that's my market, I'd rather just stay in Philadelphia." And, legal tampering period came out. I'm sure his agent said, "Hey, look, this is what the teams are all going to be offering you." And he said, "You know what? Let's just work with Philly. We'll get something done, and I'll stay here. which, somebody who's played in Philly his entire career, I think he's there now 9, pushing 10 years with the Philadelphia Eagles. I wouldn't blame you for wanting to stay. You won a championship. I think you won multiple championships there. You're one of the longest tenured Philadelphia Eagles on the team. Your family's already there. You're not too far from the stadium. Like, you got your routine going. At this point, retire an Eagle. Retire probably one of the better top 3 maybe Eagles tight ends of all time.
So the thing with as a tight end is it's like you're gonna get phased out. So it's a hard thing. It's what happened with Zach Ertz. It was like, all right, you're not helping us. You're not. We felt that he wasn't going to help us at the time for what we needed. That's why we got Goddard. But that doesn't mean you still can't be a starter somewhere else. So I'm sure the time will come where it's like, all right, we're going to focus more on tight end, and then, all right, we're going to phase out Goddard, and he can go to the market, be a free agent. That's why it's 1 year. So I don't think he's going to be a Eagle for life or retire.
I just think with me personally, his injury history is a big concern, and I don't think that he wants to keep playing in that situation with that type of a history.
Look at these tight ends right now. You got Zach Ertz is still trying to come back in the league after tearing the ACL. So, and what's his name? On the Ravens, he had an injury, a lot of injuries. Ravens tight end, Vikings tight end, has some injuries, and they're still, Kittle as well. So coming off an injury, and he's going to come back. He's 30.
Yeah, it's still younger than what Goddard is.
Goddard is about the same age.
Goddard definitely needs to retire. Not Goddard, Ertz.
Ertz?
Kittle's 32. Wow.
Yeah. So Goddard's younger than Kittle. So
yeah, he's 31. Okay. Maybe he's still got a couple more years left. Maybe you're right. I thought he was older.
Mm-hmm.
I know Zach Ertz, though. He needs to retire.
He does, but I think he's
gonna
kick and scream. Yeah, he's gonna kick and scream until his body just gives out.
Yeah, for sure.
But we did get somebody else too. We got Jonathan Jones from the Patriots.
Former Patriots. He was not on.
Former Patriot. Oh, he wasn't. Okay.
Believe he was on the Titans last year, if I'm not mistaken. He's a decent signing. I mean, your quarterback rotation was already really good, especially adding Tariq Woolen there. So yeah. I don't think he's going to see a lot of play.
Yeah, he's a backup.
But
yeah,
he's serviceable. I'm not going to say he's not. The only issue, in my opinion, with Jonathan Jones, and it was an issue when he was with my Patriots, is he gets beat a lot. He gets beat a lot because he tries to make the big play happen all the time. So he's good. You're going to need to have safety help over the top of him. He will get greedy. He might bite on some moves and, trying to jump routes and stuff like that. So, but again, like in your rotation, I'm sure he'll come in like nickel situations, and he could do good in that situation where he's not the 2 or the 3, being maybe the 3 or the 4, maybe the 5 sometimes.
Yeah.
Could work out for him, especially somebody there for the return game as well. Just another body there. You can never be upset with that. So again, like, it's not a bad signing for what you got him for and what you paid him, but it's not a needle mover, as we would say. Tariq Woolen was definitely that for you guys. It made you guys arguably, in my opinion, have the second, maybe the third best secondary in football behind the Patriots and the Seahawks. So and that's debatable. Some people are going to take the Eagles defense over the Seattle defense. Some people are going to take the Patriots defense over the Seattle defense. Some people might take the Eagles defense over both. It just depends on the week. It depends on the matchup. It depends on who you are as a person. But in my opinion, those top 3 secondaries in football.
I mean, Broncos too.
Yeah, and the Broncos definitely. They're definitely up there. So like I said, yeah, there's just, it just depends on who you who you have and who you like at that time. Personally, me, I'm a homer. I'm gonna say the Patriots have the best secondary in football. We have Christian Gonzalez, Carlton Davis, Marcus Jones, Craig Woodson, and the new signee, Kevin Byard, who's the lead in interceptions last year. So I really like that secondary. Carlton Davis, Jamar Chase. Actually, I don't know if you saw the comments. He did say that the hardest corner he's ever gone up against was Carlton Davis. He gave him the credit. That surprised me. Out of all the corners that you've gone up against, you said Carlton Davis was the one that you had the most issues with. So also made me happy to know, okay, well, he's on my team, so that's good. Obviously, Christian Gonzalez got a lot of praise for his performance in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl. I know we lost the Super Bowl, but, for him shutting down Jackson Smith and Jigba, and then when Jackson Smith and Jigba went down, shutting down Cooper Kupp, he just showed that he's very versatile in what he can do. Obviously, you got Patrick Surtain with the Broncos, Defensive Player of the Year winner. You don't got to even say what he's good at. He's good at everything. The best cover corner in football. So, and then the Eagles, Quinyon Mitchell's one of the up and coming young stars in the NFL. Again, a great cover corner. We do know, just like every corner, he does get beat, but it's on a rare occasion. That San Francisco with Jawan Jennings, that was just a rare occasion. He normally doesn't get beat like that. He's normally very technically sound. And then Devin Witherspoon with the Seahawks. You got the Houston Texans secondary. They're really good. So it just depends on who you are in the day.
Yeah, agreed.
Aseem, so what I wanted to ask you, because it's still going around in the internet here.
Oh my
I know
gosh.
we talk about this every week.
Oh my goodness.
So a lot of people, and I saw this on my friend's podcast. If you guys know Philly Cameron, the We Hate Sports podcast, if you haven't listened to them, give them a listen. They're really, really good at what they do. Love the name, love what they talk about, and they're relatively unbiased for the most part. On occasion, sometimes when it comes to my Boston teams or my Patriots, they very biased, but he say, she say. But he said there's two things with the Hollywood Brown signing, that he would be great if he's a number 3, somebody that's going to take the top off the defense. But reports are still going out that AJ Brown could still be on the move, and that's what I wanted to ask you, Aseem. If and we have already beat the dead horse, but I'm going to ask this, Aseem. If you guys trade AJ Brown, and now you're looking at Devontae Smith and Hollywood Brown, do you like the signing or do you not like the signing?
I mean, Devontae Smith is definitely. Is he? Would he be Hall of Fame, close to Hall of Fame receiver at this point?
No.
You don't think so?
No, it's too early in his career to even
too early. He's in his 30s.
Devontae Smith.
Oh, they said Devontae. Oh, I'm thinking. I don't know why I'm thinking Devontae Adams. Yeah, I'm jumping a little too far ahead. But Devontae Smith could be. Yes, he can be a wide receiver 1. Would I be happy with that wide receiver room with him, Holly? I feel like Devontae Smith. Yes, he can be a wide receiver 1. He can be that leading wide receiver on the team, and I guess Hollywood would be the wide receiver 2. I don't know. It just doesn't. It still doesn't sound as good as AJ and Devontae Smith. So it's like it's still negative at the end of the day. It's like,
yeah, I mean, we're speaking in hypotheticals.
Hollywood Brown's not getting 1,000 yards.
No.
So
no, he hasn't. Nope. Although I will say that he is on it seems like he's on a prove it deal. So obviously he's going to try to, he's going to try to shut up a lot of naysayers.
If you couldn't do it with Patrick Mahomes on the Chiefs, what makes you think you're going to do it?
Well,
with
remember
Hurts?
he got injured 2 years ago, and then last year Mahomes got injured.
Hollywood Brown. Mahomes got injured near the end of the season. That was like about the third half.
Yeah. But Brown got injured 2 years ago, though.
Yeah, he did.
I don't remember what it. I don't remember what the injury was. What was it?
I'll tell you right now.
I think it was like a leg injury, like a lower body injury that kept him out for a while.
But Hollywood Brown was when he was on the
Collarbone
Ravens.
injury. Collarbone injury.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
He needed surgery.
When he was on the Ravens.
No, he was in Kansas City at that point.
No, I'm talking about like just before. Like when he was on the Ravens, he was a put there to be the top wide receiver, and he had some good years. But then, when he went to the Cardinals, he was supposed to be, that guy, but it just didn't pan out. And then when you go on the Chiefs, it's like, you're still, you're not. He wasn't. I don't think he was ever there on the Chiefs to be a wide receiver one. So I don't know. It's just he's on the tail end of his career at this point. That's just my thoughts on it. I don't think it's gonna be like a resurgence. He's 28. He's
sorry if you guys heard my dog.
He's meant to be like stretch the field type of player, like speedy, fast. So I don't think the forte is gonna be you're gonna be the new guy or the new wide receiver too. But I can be optimistic, but at the end of the day, he's there for that reason and that purpose, and I don't think it'd be a wide receiver too. I'm pretty sure we would do everything in our power to try to replace. I mean, not replace. Try to, I don't know, compensate for if AJ Brown is gone.
I mean, you got to think you still got the NFL draft, and this is a heavy receiver draft, so not necessarily he's going to be your wide receiver too. But I just brought that up because I did see some people saying it. Obviously, I'm shouting on my guy Philly Cameron.
If trades are made, then and it's like we're getting a wide receiver, and it could be during the draft, and it'd be like, all right, AJ Brown's gone. What it had to be post? What is it? Post June 1st, right?
Yeah,
so actually, it can't. So no, it's not happening in the draft, and we're not wasting the draft pick to get a wide receiver. So it's like,
I mean,
yes,
I've seen worse. I've seen worse. Like I said, I've seen things.
We can get a wide receiver late in the draft, but it's not.
I don't think it'll be early, but I definitely see the Eagles drafting a wide receiver, second, third, maybe fourth round in the NFL draft, and I've seen worse. Like I said, we've seen worse happen. The other thing I wanted to bring up here, because it has been coming out, and kind of wanted to hear what an actual Eagles fan wants to say about this. Obviously, the reports are still out. The Eagles are, still shopping AJ Brown. Teams are still inquiring about AJ Brown. Nothing confirmed, but Diana, whatever her last name is, she's the one who's always reporting it. One day she says one thing, the next day she takes it back and says another thing. But we'll find out June 1st. But what I wanted to actually ask you is, how would you feel if you guys traded AJ Brown to a conference rival, the Los Angeles Rams? You guys would get Devontae Adams. Obviously, they no longer have a first-round pick this or next year. So it would have to be Devontae Adams and a couple, maybe a second and a third, maybe a second and then the following year's first, because obviously this draft would have already happened. So it'd be a 2027 second and a 2028 first. And then you get Devontae Adams in return. They get AJ Brown. Obviously, the Rams they're not shy about it. They always say, fuck them picks. They want players. They're going all in for this final time with Matthew Stafford. They want to get Matthew Stafford that second ring. It's not often you see a team go all in like this. How would you feel about that? You would indeed then get a wide receiver who some people could say is Hall of Fame worthy, and Devontae Adams to replace AJ Brown. He could be, that big deep ball factor that you guys are losing out with AJ Brown, and in return, the Rams, you help them out and give them a big body wide receiver who's younger and it could be just take that heat away from Puka Nacua?
I mean, yeah, I would take Devontae Adams if it was a Devontae Adams over AJ Brown trade. So yeah, I mean, if the offense could work Devontae Adams like how the Rams did it, then it would be a definite advantage. Like having the most touchdowns in the season as a player in general for that season is nothing to scoff at. So yeah, I mean, if it works out financially, which is the main thing, second thing would be works out for the team. If he's a good fit and it works out, then that's the benefit. But at this point, I think we'll have like the same situation of just like older wide receiver has a big cap hit, and we want big compensation for these wide receivers without taking the least amount of hit as possible. So that's a trade that makes the most sense. But I don't. It's one of those big what ifs, and may or may leaning towards it might not happen. So I would. If it does, then I would feel less as bad. So
now, my last question with this topic is: if he were to get traded, AJ Brown, would you prefer him to get traded in a trade like that where you got Devontae Adams, but you're giving him to a conference rival, or would you just say, you know what, screw it, just send him out of my conference? I don't want to see him. I don't got to worry about him in the postseason. And
yeah, strategically, yeah, it would make it would be better to let him go to a different conference than put him in our against the Rams, because we always play against the Rams, and we always see them either in the regular season or the playoffs. So that would be the last thing I want to see. AJ Brown when he played the Titans situation.
yeah.
Okay. So I definitely don't want to see that. So yeah, so I'd rather him be outside of our conference, but I really don't. I don't care.
Okay.
I really don't. It don't matter.
Like I said, I wanted to. Those are the reports that are out right now, so I figured we picked the brains of an Eagles fans with that one, and we would
yeah,
see.
Yeah, it's gonna be our weekly AJ Brown talk. The segment. We'll just put a segment in there every week.
Happens.
What's the AJ Brown update?
Well, it'll probably ramp up to after June 1st, but are the Eagles going to do it? Are they not going to do it until somebody in the front office says, "Hey, look, it's not happening," or "Hey, it is happening," or it does just happen? There, reports out there maybe saying, I think it was Diana Rosat, whatever her name is, that Diana girl who's a Philly reporter. I can never say her last name. They already got a deal in place for AJ Brown post June 1st. Some people say they don't. We'll find out. Yeah, Rossini, that bitch.
Rossini.
By the way, real quick, sorry if I had to change my headphones. The thing was bothering me. I just seen now about like a few hours ago, was posted on Twitter, on X. AJ Brown, they had like a little like interview with him, just asking him about his favorite moments and stuff. So he just continues to talk about the Patriots, and he hints about playing for New England. He had zero mention of playing with the Eagles, playing in the Super Bowl. And supposedly somebody had asked like Adam Schefter, if he believes that Brown had or his camp had told the Eagles that he's requesting a trade, and he said, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure that happened."
Okay.
It's all more salt in the wounds right now, and that wasn't me. I was gonna not say the report.
All rumors.
Yeah, but Schefter is like, top
Schefter
notch.
is the guy. He is the guy.
All rumors.
Look.
Yeah,
And I feel like low key, like, don't you think, like, I mean, look, just me speculating here. You get Hollywood, right? You're like, all right, yeah, he'd be a great like third wide receiver for you and stuff. But it could be like damage control too, being like, well, we already know we're going to get rid of Brown, so we might as well get somebody right now in the free agency that we know could get at least like, at least 600 yards for us. And he had 5 touchdowns last year, so he could at least get 600-700 yards. He won't get the 1,000 that Brown had, but we could try to get close.
Just listen to what you're saying right now. It ain't making no sense. That's
the
how
thing is, Aseem, the thing is, it's different when the player doesn't want, like, he wants to get traded. That's the problem. I get what you're saying. Like, yeah, like AJ Brown, I'd rather have Brown and I'd rather have Brown and these players and stuff. But like when the player doesn't want to be there, it doesn't matter what you want. He's not going to play.
GMs get fired for doing it the wrong way. Okay, by just letting go of a player and being like, all right, we can make something work. We can make
GMs get fired, and GMs get fired for like keeping players, and then they leave and get nothing in return.
Okay, but the thing is, you can't leave when you're under contract. That is not, he is out of his control.
I understand, but isn't his contract only for 1 more year?
No,
he's got this year, next year.
Yeah, but either way, I'm just saying, like, you're gonna keep him for nothing, basically. If he's voiced his displeasure, he's not happy. He doesn't want to be there. I'm just saying, like, at this point, we're gonna keep going to the same thing, so we're not gonna go on a spiel here. I'm just gonna say just this one thing, and then Aseem could say one thing, and then we can move on. I just think this team chemistry is important. And if you keep having this player that keeps saying, I don't want to be here, or I'm mad at this, or I'm mad at this coach, and I'm mad at that, Aseem, you could say like, oh yeah, what he's saying is right and stuff. But it's becoming a toxic work environment. Like, you can't have that. Like, that's not going to be good for the rest of the players coming in. Imagine like you guys do draft a wide receiver, a rookie, and then you got AJ, and then he's trying to learn under AJ Brown. AJ Brown's like, this place fucking sucks. This coach, he's ass. This guy's this and that. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's going to make it bad for the rest of the team. So at this point, sometimes you have to just be like, hey, man, we're going to have to bite the bullet with this guy. He don't want to be here, and we don't want his toxic traits here either.
I fully understand. But what I was going to say was the issue is you can't just let your top person go and get nothing in return. No matter how toxic that player is, no matter how bad he makes the team, the problem is we can't just say, all right, we're gonna wipe our hands clean and you go. We need something in return for you leaving, because that is what the GM has control over. He doesn't have control over how the player acts on the team, but he has control over what he can do for the team. So I'm on your side of, I understand what you're saying. I get it. I got that. Like, he's not good for he's saying this, he's saying that, he's saying he want out. Okay, if you want out, then here are the terms. All the NFL, here are the terms if for our player that wants out. And he can see the people that want him or don't want him. And if nobody wants him, then that's on him.
I think teams want him. Teams want him. The thing is that they're just not going to give up, a haul for him if he's voicing his displeasure.
Yeah. And that's what I was going to say. The issue is here, if maybe they got an agreement right now. Hey, we're going to trade you. Just let us see what we can get for you guys. Let me see what we can get for you. And then don't go public about your displeasure here. Just keep everything in house. We're going to get a 1st-round pick, a 3rd-round pick, similar to a trade that we're about to talk about now, and maybe another pick in return. We get what we want, and then you get what you want. Just stay quiet. Don't just voice your pleasure to ruin your value. The issue is with me here is, say you don't trade him, and now minicamp comes. He says, no, I'm holding out. I don't want to play in Philadelphia. You're trading me. I'm not trading you. You're going to come play, or you're not going to get paid, and we're going to keep your contract frozen because you refuse to show up. Now it's a toxic work environment. Now the trade value for AJ Brown would be much less than what you would have gotten if you would have just agreed, hey, we're going to trade you, keep everything in house. We're going to get what we want. You're going to get what you want. That's the situation there, is if maybe that's what's going on. You guys already agreed, hey, AJ Brown knows he's about to get traded. It's looking like it's my Patriots. We don't know that. That's all speculation. And it's, hey, you're going to get what you want. Just stay quiet so that way we can get what we want. It could be a first and a second. It could be a first and a first. We don't know what it is until it happens. But that is what we're speculating is, you know, they have an agreement right now. AJ Brown's going to stay as professional as he can be. The Eagles are going to get what they want. And AJ Brown's going to get what he wants.
So the issue, I was talking there. I don't think that the value would go down if he were to just be like, I'm holding out.
It would tank. It would tank.
I don't think it would tank because all the teams see the talent at the end of the day, and then on top of that, when he holds out, he's going to get fined. So he's losing money holding out. Players have done it and gotten paid for holding out at the end of the day. Ayuk just did it, but he messed it up after getting hurt, and you know that whole situation.
Again, the issue is you don't want to bring something like that back. If he's holding out, he's being toxic. Now he's going to go public to the media,
and that looks bad for the rest of the players too. Because if
somebody will sign him,
it's because it's not only that. Aseem, you gotta think about the rest of the players too. Because if one of them's like, well, what if I'm AJ Brown? I get upset, and then they try to do the same thing to me and hold me and stuff.
It's the same every year.
Hold on, Aseem, hold on, real quick. It's the same thing that's going on with AEW and WWE. When AEW has these wrestlers that they hold out and they're just keeping, hostage that they don't use for a whole year and a half. Yes, technically, what Tony Khan is doing is correct by law. He's abiding by the contract, but then you're doing two things. You're making that person unhappy. So then they're like, why would I come back here again if I know that you're being like this? And then you're showing the rest of the other wrestlers, you're showing them, you're like, hey, if we ever have a displeasure, if we ever have a disagreement on money or whatever, a contract or an agreement, something, and you piss me off, I'm going to hold you. And that's a problem. Like, maybe you don't think like that's that big of an issue because you're looking into it in the aspect of you're the fan of the Eagles. But I feel like if you look out and you're like, all right, Aseem, whatever you say.
I'm telling you, I'm not looking at it.
There's no convincing you.
No. I'm not looking at it as a fan, as an Eagles fan. I'm telling you, the same situations have happened with other star wide receiver players of his caliber, even greater than that. Same situations have happened, and they still get signed and paid. The team will pick them up no matter what. Like, teams got money to just blow, and they're going to give it to
That's
to
not
AJ
the
Brown.
thing. We're talking about trade value. His trade value will go lower. So right now, you guys have the advantage where you're like, hey, we have a star wide receiver.
Yeah.
Who wants him? And everybody's going to go crazy and be like, we'll offer you this, we'll offer you that.
Yeah.
But the more he starts to voice his displeasure, then they're going to be like, y'all going to give him up for whatever. Like, y'all give him up for like a fax machine, just like they did Kyle Korver, before. You feel me? Because now this guy is just like, I'm not playing for y'all. If it gets to that point where he's like, I'm not playing, and he's like, I don't care, find me however many times you want. I'm not going to play. Then your return is going to be less because they're like, we're not going to give you two first round picks. We're not going to give you all these picks because he doesn't want to be with y'all. So why would we do that? We'll give you this, and that's it. That's all you're going to get.
Or worse, he does what James Harden did, and he says, now I'm gonna make it even worse. I only want to play for the New England Patriots. So even if you want to trade me to the Rams, I will refuse to play for them. I only want to play for the Patriots. And now we're looking at it as like, well, look, hey, he said he only wants to play with us. He's going to do the same thing in LA. Now every other team's going to fall off. And now we know, okay, now you got to trade him to us. We're just going to give you a third and a fourth.
Yep.
It's a bad look all around. No matter how you try and spin it, I know the best thing to do is you do what I said. It's in secret. He's not happy. You're not going public about it. You're going to get a first and another pick. You're going to get what you want in your haul of picks, and we're going to get what we want, which is AJ Brown, and AJ Brown's going to be happy because he's going to be in the team that he wants to play for.
It just seems like he wants to go. He just wants to go, and it seems like he's already made up his mind where he wants to go. Now it's just, I understand, like, you got to wait till June because, you don't want to get hit with the max cap.
Yeah.
But like, I feel like Aseem, you just got to get in your head, like, he's gone. Like, you got to just get in your head, he's gone.
I can't get in my head when he hasn't explicitly said he doesn't want to be there. He can allude to liking his favorite team.
The only thing he hasn't done is trade me to, the only thing he hasn't said is trade me to New England. That's the only thing he hasn't said. Everything else he's done, he said, like, he's spelling it out for everybody. I want to go to New England.
Listen, but he never said he don't want to be on the Eagles.
All right.
He never
Keep
said
holding
that.
Out hope. Keep holding out hope.
It's all rumors and fabricated stuff from news reporters because they're trying to do their job and get some money and get clicks and views and stuff. Man. They don't know the real
AJ Brown
story
himself when they ask him questions. Anyways, Jalen Waddle, guys, has been traded. The biggest news of the offseason, or not the offseason, but this week in NFL news, to the Denver Broncos. They got a first, a third, and they got a pick swap for 4th round picks in this year's draft. What do you guys think about that? To me, that was a needle mover. Like, that made the Broncos, they were already contenders, but now they're serious contenders. I'm sorry, Peter. I know you're a Raiders fan. It ain't looking good.
Yeah, your team is cooked. Yeah, you're cooked.
What do you guys think?
I think it is a fine trade. For the Dolphins, like I said before, in full tank mode, it's going to be between Dolphins and Jets. So we'll see who's the lowest of the lowest next season. Broncos, all depends on how well Bo Nix recovers. And Waddle is a good pickup. They're going to move Cortland Sutton. You still got Troy Franklin and Pat Bryant and another rookie that they had. So it's a lot of wide receivers, but it's probably going to be Sutton and Waddle that's going to take the majority of the targets.
What do you think, Peter?
I think, first of all, from Miami, crazy. They got a haul for him. Now, because of that, I mean, the Dolphins now they got the 11th pick of this year, 30th pick, 43rd pick, 75th pick, 87th pick, 90th pick, 94th pick, 130th, 151, 227, 238. Insane. They got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. They have 7 picks in the top 100. That is a lot. That is a lot of picks. I don't know if they're going to keep all this, if they're going to trade, if they're going to do swaps. I don't know, but that's a lot of picks. I mean, but they're in full rebuild mode, like Aseem said. So good for them. We'll see what they can do. And then for the Broncos, good for them. I mean, Waddle had a good season last year. He had the 910 receiving yards, had the 6 touchdowns, and that was with Tua as his quarterback. I mean, you're going to have a much better quarterback now. So, I mean, good for them. I mean, look how far they went, before. So now you add in Waddle. So, I mean, they're looking dangerous. And like I said, for the Dolphins, I mean, it's just full rebuild. You just get more picks. You're becoming the OKC of the NFL.
Definitely a lot of picks. This is a good draft. A lot of people don't think it's good. I think it's a really good draft. It's deep in a lot of positions. They're going to replace Waddle and Tyreek Hill. They're going to find their quarterback. I really like
real quick, I feel like and to show you like an example, Aseem, of what we were talking about earlier. I'm sorry to go back to the AJ Brown, but if AJ Brown did not voice his concerns or his displeasure and stuff like this, we would have been seeing. You would have had like a haul like this or maybe better. But now you're talking about you're not going to get something like that. You're going to get less.
I don't think anybody was going to give up. Was it 2 firsts and a first, second, and a fourth for AJ?
A first, a third, and
First, third, and the fourth.
But it was a 4th round pick swap, so they just swapped 4th round picks.
Yeah.
Either way, I mean, the problem was like how much is the Dolphins taking a hit on the contract? Like it would have been easy if we weren't Super Bowl contenders. Like that's the difference. Eagles are Super Bowl contenders.
If I'm not mistaken, I could have heard this wrong. I might be wrong in this, but I think I heard Denver is they're taking care of the contract as well, but I could be wrong. I think I might have heard that wrong.
Okay, so Denver absorbed his 3-year, $84.75 million contract.
Yeah, I knew it. Yeah, so they're eating it. So they're taking it as well.
So
Broncos.
Denver's taking his contract. Yeah.
Yeah.
So
they gave up all that and they're going to pay his contract.
If the Patriots are willing to do that, then
no, but I'm saying like I said, you see, like this is what I'm telling you is you could have gotten a haul similar to this, maybe even better, because I mean you can argue that Brown is better than Waddle. I mean, you even said it. You're like Brown over Waddle. So then you could have gotten a haul like this or better, but because of that, the voice and the displeasures and all that, you're not gonna get something like that.
No, it's not the displeasure; it's the contract.
We're talking about his voicing of his displeasure of being on the team and being with the coaches that's there. That's what I'm talking about.
That was there because they're gone.
Okay, but he's still not happy. He don't want to be there.
Before we beat a dead horse,
it's not a dead horse. Come on, man. It's not a dead horse. Y'all keep bringing it up and then saying, "Oh, he's just gonna go in circles," and then keep bringing it back up.
We'll leave it. We're gonna leave it here till June. We're gonna leave here till June.
His
everybody.
Contract is about the same. Like
we're gonna leave it here till June.
The Patriots can do the same thing, but they're Super Bowl contenders. The Dolphins are tanking, so that's the difference. If no team wanted AJ Brown for whatever reason because they didn't want to absorb his contract and tank, or he didn't fit on their team for whatever reason. Like so Broncos could have took him from us, sure, yeah, but they didn't. They wanted Waddle. So
Waddle's also younger,
and then I don't know. Like
I don't blame them. I love it for them. They're going all in. They got a young quarterback, and this is the time for teams like this to go all in and pick up a contract like that with Jalen Waddle, even AJ Brown. You got a young quarterback. You don't got to pay that luxury money to keep your star quarterback there. You do what you got to do, and you build the pieces around him now, so that way later on, when you do pay him that money, he's the one that's going to make your talent better, and you can suffice and make it better with rookie quarterbacks and rookie wide receivers and everything. So I like it a lot. Again, I agree with Peter with what he's saying. I understand what Aseem's saying. One more thing on the NFL note that I did want to talk to you guys about: Max Crosby. He went out, I believe he was on a podcast where he went public to talk about his time with the Baltimore Ravens. I don't know if you actually got to hear it, Aseem or Peter.
Yeah, I got to see a little. Yeah, I got to see some of the comments. Yeah.
So Aseem, did you see it or no?
No, I didn't see it.
So I'll tell you I'll try and make it quick. So he said that when he got traded there, he was super professional and everything, super excited. He wanted to meet the coach. He wanted to meet the GM. They flew him out, knowing everything. By the way, his agents were super public about him having surgery. The Raiders are super public about him having surgery. His doctor said that he's well ahead of schedule and he should be 100% by minicamp, which is what Max Crosby's goal was to be 100% by minicamp. He said the team flew him out, coach, not a luxury flight. It was like you're flying with other people, civilians, and your coach, if you guys know what that means, seating. You flew to Washington, D.C., and you had to drive a couple hours to Baltimore. When you got to the facility, it was all physical related stuff. You were asking, hey, how come the GM isn't here? How come the coach isn't here? And the whole time he said he just got a bad vibe while he was there. Like he didn't understand what was going on. And like when they said we need to take a closer look at your knee, he kind of got scared. He said he wasn't worried about the trade getting rescinded or anything. He said he was scared because he wasn't sure if he was actually going to be the same. So then he, I guess his girlfriend or his wife was upstairs with the cheerleaders. They were doing something, and he messaged in his group chat where his doctor's at. Hey, they said they want to take a closer look at my knee. What's going on? Nobody got back to him in time. So like that whole time that they was just there by himself, he was just kind of like thinking the worst thoughts that possible. Like, is he ever going to be the same player? Is he going to do this? Is he going to do that? Like, what's actually happening? Then when he finally got to meet the GM told him, hey, like, it looks like there's more wrong with your knee than not. He actually never got to meet the head coach. He said he wanted to talk football with the head coach and everything. And then they told him, hey, your knee is actually worse. And he found out that the trade was rescinded and he's going back to Oakland. He said the whole time there, he just got a bad vibe, kind of like they had buyer's remorse in a sense. And now it turns out that's his comments.
Yeah, and then to add to that, another thing he said too was that he actually went back to his hotel to wait because they were told that they needed to get more opinions from their like team doctors and stuff like that. And when he went back to the hotel, like Max's agent even told him, he's like, I think Baltimore's going to back out of the deal. And apparently, like a few minutes later, his agent called him. He was like, yeah, Baltimore backed out. And he literally said, like, he said it was a whirlwind, and he felt kind of like, he was like messed up by it, but he said, hey man, I'm fired up. I'm here. And it just means I'm meant to be a Raider. So
forever in Raider purgatory.
Hey, look, to me, what that just shows is it was shady business the whole time. You knew going into it what you were getting with Max Crosby. He just got out of surgery. Max Crosby's doctors said that he's well ahead of schedule. All of a sudden, your doctors are saying that he's not ahead of schedule. I don't know. He say, she said. But if you go into a trade and you knew what the situations was, and all of a sudden now you're going to back out of it again, dirty business. And I hope that team.
They knew that Hendricks, that what the price was for Hendricks after they got Max Crosby, or after they were like, yeah, we're looking to get him. So they just, use that as the excuse of like, yeah, he failed his physical, so they can get Hendricks right after. So they don't have to use their draft picks. So
yeah, and which is it's smart, but again, dirty business. And again, in my opinion, I think Crosby's a better player than Hendrickson. I think Crosby's a better run block or better run stopper than Hendrickson was. I think Hendrickson gets lost a lot of the times, and he hasn't played a full season in almost 3 years now. Crosby, on the other hand, outside of this year where the Raiders purposely said, hey, look, we're going to sit you because we want to tank for the number 1 pick, he normally plays every game. He's normally one of the more healthier players in the plays on the line. Like, to me, it was just like, it's kind of crazy that you don't want a Max Crosby on your team. He was also younger. So,
I mean, I wouldn't say that much younger. They're still like, what, in their 30s or close to 30?
I believe Max Crosby is 29.
Yeah, so close to 30 or versus in his 30s.
Max Crosby is 28.
Oh, 28? Okay.
And Trey Hendrickson, I believe, is 32.
32? Okay.
Yeah. He's going to turn 32 this year.
So 32 with injury or 28 coming from an injury.
Prime of his
couple more,
career.
But those draft picks though. Yeah.
It's a lot, but I feel like Max Crosby is worth that. And we already know
he is.
You as an Eagles fan, you should know the way you win games sometimes and the way you win championships is on the back of a disgusting, filthy pass rush. Seattle just showed it.
100%
showed it.
100%.
If you want one of those elite pass rushers, that's the price that's gonna have to be.
You still get the elite pass rusher, but you get to keep your first round draft picks at the same time.
Do you think? do you guys think that this should be investigated? Just because of the circumstances that Max has kind of like laid out in front of it, like
you can't.
No,
they didn't technically didn't do anything wrong. Yeah.
They never like fulfilled the contract. It's like
it's just dirty business.
Yeah, because like it's crazy because like apparently the trade happened on Friday and they didn't have him fly in until Monday. And like Lo said, the GM usually teams send GMs or the head coaches to go meet with the player at the plane. They didn't do that. They made him drive like Lo said from DC all the way to Baltimore. Like it was mad. It just sounds mad shady, bro. It just sounds crazy.
So you go ahead and party. Go ahead and have that little party up in there. Bring Shabuzi out there. Have a good old time. They say, all right, you can stay
like
there.
I said, and I'm beating a dead horse here. Dirty business. And I honestly hope teams look at this situation and they go, listen, that Max Crosby situation, that was dirty. We don't want to do any business with you. We can't trust you.
And they're the dirty birds, man.
Indeed, they are.
They're the dirty birds.
But, with that being said, guys, that is our football talk. Let's segue over to the NBA.
Yeah, there's a lot of football. Sorry.
Always, it is the off season, and then Aseem's in denial.
Oh my gosh, so. I'm good. We talk about the NBA. You're in denial that Jason Tatum is a burger.
A burger.
Yeah, he's a burger. You're in denial.
Anyways, guys, he brought out Jason Tatum. So, your standout performances of the week.
I ain't gonna lie. To me, I feel like the person that stood out the most to me has been Luka Doncic. That guy has been balling the last 5 or 6 games. He's been balling out. Mm-hmm. He had, let me see, where the heck am I? Yeah, look, against the Timberwolves, he had a 31-11-11. So 31-point triple-double. Then against the Bulls right after, 51-point double-double, almost a triple-double, 10 rebounds, 9 assists. Then a 30-point triple-double against the Nuggets. Then a 36-point game against the Rockets, and then they're playing the Rockets again. And he's already got 21 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists. Game's not over yet either. So, I mean, Luka's been playing really, really good. I feel like he's really stood out to me. If I'm not mistaken, he's been averaging for the past couple games, almost 40 a game. So yeah, I feel like to me, he's been the standout. Obviously, SGA has been doing good the last couple games. The Thunder on a 10-game winning streak.
He barely got 20 today in the last game.
But it was a blowout today. That's why.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're on a 10-game winning streak. But yeah, good for him to keep up his streak of the 20-point game. But to me, the biggest standout has been Luka the last couple games. He's played amazing. So shout out to him, because I know we trashed him for his defense a couple weeks ago. So I want to anytime somebody does really well, I'm not afraid to show love and give a lot of respect. So shout out to Luka for balling out.
And I'm one of the biggest Luka haters when it comes to his performances on defense. But like I said, offensive masterpiece, one of the better offensive players in the league. If he could just play, with that same effort every day on the defensive side of the ball, I mean, we're talking about one of the MVP candidates.
He had to save his energy for playoff time. It's that post All-Star energy, and now it's the post breakup energy. Ex-fiance. He said, I need my kids. So
obviously, I'm always going to shout out my guys. So Jaylen Brown's been balling. He's had a 40-point game, a 30-point game. So last game against the Suns, 41, 7-6. Tonight against the Warriors, 32, 6-5. Against the Thunder, 34, 6-7. Thunder's game was really close. I'm still upset that game, SGA hits a game go-ahead bucket. Jaylen Brown hits a game-tying bucket, and then they call a foul. SGA at the end. So after Jaylen Brown ties it, we're playing hard defense on SGA. SGA passes it to Alex Caruso. Alex Caruso misses the three. Chet Holmgren gets the offensive rebound, and to end the game with 0.4 seconds left, the refs decided to call a foul on us, putting Chet Holmgren on the line. Chet Holmgren then seals that game. I hated the way that finished, is because, I mean, I get it. It was a foul. You do what you got to do. You call it. But in a game that close, a game of that magnitude, primetime TV, you can't end the game on a free throw, especially when the two MVP candidates both just went on a master duel. SGA had 30 plus. Jaylen Brown just had 30 plus. SGA hits a go-ahead bucket. Jaylen Brown shows his clutch gene, hits the game-tying bucket, and then you're gonna end it on that. Like you got to at least put the ball in one of their hands to end the game. I hated that. For my Celtics, I hated that for the NBA and for just the fans of the sport, because I feel like it's not often that we get duels like that from MVP caliber players. And like I said, I'm not upset. I'm not saying Jaylen Brown's the MVP or anything. He is just one of those MVP candidates this year. And when we get a duel, which doesn't really happen often, like of this caliber, and the refs ruin it, I kind of hate that for the sport itself, because and I also hate that for the Thunder as well, just because they got that stigma right now of like, the referees are in their back pocket. The refs might as well just be wearing Thunder jerseys for how much they call the fouls on them and stuff. But it doesn't help your case when to end the game the refs just call a foul and you win the game because of that.
Yeah.
Obviously, one more person I want to shout out, and I know Zoo will be happy about this because I was indeed wrong about this.
No, you're not.
Josh Giddey has been the week performer, in my opinion, as well, with Luka Doncic. Broke Michael Jordan's record for triple doubles in a season. And I feel like anytime you break Michael Jordan's record, that needs to be shouted out and highlighted. And he's been balling his ass off on all fronts. Let's see. Outside of tonight was a really bad game. He had 16 points, 15 rebounds, 13 assists. Game before that, 20 points, 11 rebounds, 10 assists. Mind you, he's also got 3 steals and two steals in back-to-back games, so he's doing it on the defensive side as well. Game before that against the Clippers, it was back-to-back nights where, this game he had 27 points, 15 assists, 8 rebounds, 2 steals. Man's been balling.
What do you have today?
Today, he had 9 points, 3 assists, 0 rebounds, 1 steal, 3 turnovers, and played 27 minutes.
Yeah, he had a bad game today.
Yep. Yeah. But before that, just a stretch of just good high performances.
I was just gonna piggyback on
go ahead. I was gonna say something else. Go ahead.
Sorry. It said he's become the 4th player in league history to reach 30 plus triple doubles before turning 24. And it says on the same list as Oscar Robertson, Magic Johnson, and Luka Doncic. That's wild.
That is great.
Wild stat. At 24 is insane.
I wanted to also shout out real quick. I wanted to shout out for performance of the week and stuff. I wanted to shout out the Atlanta Hawks. Them boys is on an 11-game winning streak, man. They look good. Crazy enough. Jalen Johnson, Dyson Daniels, and Nickeil Alexander-Walker has been balling. He has been balling for Atlanta. So I wanted to give a shout out to them too. Them 3 have been really stepping it up for Atlanta. They've actually winning a lot of games.
Hey, to piggyback on that, Jalen Johnson's another person killing it in the all-around category here. Tonight, 17 points, 11 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals. Game before that, 24 points, 15 rebounds, 13 assists, 1 steal. Game before that, 23 points, 10 rebounds, 12 assists. Game before that, 21 points, 9 and 9 with 2 steals. Game before that, 27, 7 and 8.
Consistent, bro.
Game before that, 35, 10 and 7. Like, the man's been consistently balling his ass off. And I know we talked about it before. Him and Dyson Daniels are the reason why they made it easy for them to trade Trae Young and say, you know what?
Yeah.
We don't need him.
And get it Kuminga too. Kuminga has been a big player.
Yeah. Any other standout performances or standout teams?
I don't have standout performance or team, but I have a standout player. I'm gonna go with Joker. It's the obvious one. I don't know. I saw the podcast he was doing, or not a podcast. He was doing like an interview, and he was just talking about other NBA players, like saying how basically there's only a select few that can do what they do at that level, and it's hard for just anybody in the G League or in international come in and be one of the top players. So he's just saying, like, when people say, why are you not, why is there not enough defense or whatever, he was talking about like how Luka could just drop 50 on you, like it's nothing. He can go he can go back international and basically be the top player in the whole international league if he was over there right now. So he's just like the level of difficulty, the level from going international to NBA, it's like a whole different level. So when you see like low scoring games, it's a serious thing when somebody can stop hold Luka to like 20 points or hold certain players to low stats. So he was just giving respect to all the NBA, all the players that are in the NBA that do something and that can hold players, like use their talents to the best of their abilities to hold off like superstar players and stuff. So it's Joker, and then also that game he had against the Sixers, coming to Joel Embiid, embracing him, and just having a good. It looked like they're having a good talk together. So it's no like bad blood between these players. They respect each other. They know, they understand how hard it is to get into the league and respect getting the MVP. As controversial as certain things as something like that is, just to be considered. So in a consideration of something like that, it's a big thing. So
yeah, look at real quick. Jokic has had like a really good like month of March. Like this game, he had like today he had 29 points, 14 rebounds, 9 assists, 3 blocks, 1 steal. He did have 10 turnovers, which is ugly. The game before obviously was the Philly blowout, so he didn't really play too much. He only played like 25 minutes. But then before that, 24 points, 16 rebounds, 14 assists, a block, and 5 steals. Like what? 31 points the game before that. 20 rebounds, 12 assists, 2 blocks, 3 steals. What a game. Yeah, like Jokic is one of them guys, man. He's just a walking triple-double. His defense has gotten a lot better from those times that he was having obviously the MVP battles with Embiid. I feel like that was always a thing with Embiid. People always say that the Embiid's defense was better, but now, I mean, Jokic just stepped it up now. He's still balling. He's still doing his thing. He's still walking triple-double. I mean, without him, that Nuggets team is just garbage. They're nothing without him. They're nothing without him.
Yep. Sucks that Aseem has to have him in fantasy another year.
Yo, crazy, man.
The voodoo is there with them, but it is what it is. Now we're gonna be thankfully looking into our fantasy baseball draft this year.
Yeah. I will not have Ohtani in baseball. So
no,
I will not have Aaron Judge in baseball. I will not have.
You will have one of those two.
I will not have Riley, Schwarber. I won't have none of those people.
I feel like you'll have a chance for Kyle Riley or Kyle Schwarber. They're looking like being picked in the later round and
What are you, the last pick in there?
I'm pretty sure I'm last. I think I'm last. I think I'm like.
I think you are last if I'm not mistaken. I'm 8.
So yeah, I'm 10.
I'm 8.
You're last. I'll let you know right now while we're doing this.
Oh no, it's only 8 of us. I'm 6. That's what
it is 8.
6.
Yeah, so I'm 8 then.
Yeah. I don't know about Kyle. Kyle's tough. I don't think you'll get Kyle. Schwarber, yeah, you could definitely get. I don't know if I would get Schwarber in my first pick though. It's a snake draft. You could probably get him your second or third. Yeah, well, not third. He won't be around.
I feel like he could
have to be my second.
The second, but that would be reaching. real quick while we are on this topic.
Oh yeah, let's talk about it. Are we done with basketball?
No, I got one more
Any
thing
more-
I wanted to say
more
in basketball.
basketball?
But while we are on this topic, I don't know if you guys actually looked at the thing, so I'll just wait for that. Make sure it's
Oh, you're talking about the draft order?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I got
Real
it.
quick, last thing that I want to bring up to you guys in terms of basketball. I know Peter, you were really big on talking to this. Is the upcoming potential NBA expansion?
Yes.
How do you guys feel about that?
So this is interesting. This is interesting because I don't know if you guys know how it works with expansions. You do, Aseem, do you know how it works if there were to be expansion teams put in?
They're just adding teams.
Not just that. So yes, so they're looking on adding 2 teams first of all. We don't know yet what they would be. We're assuming something's going to be in Seattle, like the Supersonics again, and we're assuming it's going to be Las Vegas, or Las Vegas again. Everything right now, every sports thing. So we're assuming it's going to be those 2. And first of all, they are planning to move one of the existing teams that's in the West to the East, Eastern Conference. So it would either be the
so from what I read, it was 2 of them. So because Seattle and LA or Las Vegas are both on the West, they're going to move the Minnesota Timberwolves and the Memphis Grizzlies over.
Okay, yeah. That's. I thought it was a pick. I thought it was a pick of whichever one.
No,
but I ain't gonna lie. For real, I was talking to one of my boys about this. Yo, if Minnesota moves to the Eastern Conference, Anthony Edwards is going to eat in that Eastern Conference a lot. Yeah. He's gonna eat it there. He's gonna be making the playoffs like every single year. Maybe making it to the semifinals or get into the finals. So we'll see if that happens. But the other thing it seemed that is a big deal about this is that so teams can only protect certain amount of players and certain amount of picks. After that, the 2 new teams will have a draft, and they're gonna pick players from all these teams. So like if let's say, to give you an example, let's say if the Sixers, just because I know the Sixers, if the Sixers, they go, they're like, hey, Sixers, who you protecting? They're like, well, we're going to protect VJ, Embiid, Maxey, and Quentin Grimes, let's say 4 players or 5 players, and Kelly Oubre. They're like, all right, well, for the first pick, the Seattle Supersonics select Paul George, and then they have Paul George. Now he's off the Sixers, and now it's officially part of the Seattle Supersonics. So obviously, like, for some people, you're like, oh, it's not that big of a deal and stuff like that. But, if you have a team that has a lot of depth to it, you're not going to be able to protect every single player. So there is a possibility that you're going to be losing out on some of these players that you have. A team like, for example, like OKC has a deep roster, so they could be losing some of their players depending on who they protect and who they don't. You could see like an Alex Caruso going on the go. The Jalen Williams, the center, not the one that's injured right now. He could possibly go. Jared McCain could possibly go. You're talking about a lot of these players that are included in these teams that people use them obviously for like for the second team or even the third team that you may think, oh, it's not that important, but for team chemistry and obviously for resting the star players, sometimes they are important. You're going to be losing out on some of them. So it's a big deal. It's actually a big deal if this does happen.
So
I'll tell you guys this, as I looked it up, it says in a likely NBA expansion, existing teams will be able to protect up to 8 players on their roster.
Okay, so 8, so that's good.
By the new team, regardless of contracts, et cetera, et cetera.
Okay. Yeah, that was my next thing. Like when it comes to contracts, it's like how would that work?
If you get drafted onto that team, you're essentially taking that contract.
Yep.
From, like he said, they would take Paul George's contract that's on the Sixers.
Oh, okay.
They would
just be their money now. Okay.
Over, yeah.
Which, if I'm the Sixers, I am not protecting Paul George. Just leave him out. Let him.
I mean, if I'm an expansion team, I'm not picking up Paul George.
I mean, you don't know how some teams are, but with that being said, now the last thing that I want to ask you guys with this, well, first, Aseem, I don't think
Yeah.
you've ever told us. So we know I'm a Celtics fan. I'm public about that.
Oh, who my
Peter's a
basketball team?
Sixers fan. What's your basketball team?
Kind of never really had one. So I
All
don't
right.
know.
So for
I
this
I was.
situation here, this thing, I'm going to pick a random team via.
Oh no, we're not doing this. We could do it next season, but not this season.
Oh, it's too late. I'm already doing it. So
I'm not.
I feel
I'm
like
not.
Aseem should be a Pelicans fan.
No.
not he
If
doesn't
any,
have
if it,
to he doesn't have to pick a team to represent and like.
all right, I'll pick a team as far as since I'm here in North Carolina, I will pick the Hornets. So
The Hornets.
all right.
Uh,
I like
got
the
team
Hornets.
moving to the from ChatGPT. You got the Memphis Grizzlies, but if you want the Hornets, I'm okay with.
No, I don't want the Grizzlies. So I'll take the
Okay,
Hornets.
so
It
you
makes
got the
sense because Aseem does live in North Carolina, so
I live in North
think that's
Carolina right
perfect.
now.
I think that's
That's fine.
perfect.
Perfect. That's okay with me. That's why I said I'm okay with that. So look,
Yeah, it's perfect.
you are gonna be pretending to be the GM here. Okay, we're gonna have a little fun here.
Oh, this
Okay.
You're gonna be
All right,
pretending to be the GM. Who are your players that you're protecting? Remember, it says up to 8. So if you feel like you don't want to protect certain player because their contract is really bad and you want to get that contract off your books, or you just don't like this player, you don't have to protect them. But if you want to protect them, you get up to 8 of them to protect. Obviously, I'm a Celtics fan. We one of those teams like OKC. We have a really deep roster.
Yeah,
I love my roster. Obviously, we can't keep everybody. So, since I asked, I will go first here because I preemptively kind of did this. And of course, we will be protecting Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Derek White, Neemias Queta, Peyton Pritchard, Sam Hauser, Baylor Shireman, and Hugo Gonzalez. I said Peyton Pritchard. Let me write this down so I don't forget. 1 second here. Jason Tatum, Derek White, Peyton Pritchard, Neemias Queta. Okay, yep, those are my 8.
No Vucevic.
Nope, not protecting Vuce, not protecting Jordan Walsh. And I love Jordan Walsh, but that's who I'm protecting. I'll say it for you guys one more time just in case I went a little too fast. It was Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Derek White, Peyton Pritchard, Neemias Queta. So our starting 5 and our 6 man, Sam Hauser, Baylor Shireman, and Hugo Gonzalez. Those are our 8 protected players. Everybody else on the team can go. And I already know we will, in this hypothetical expansion draft, or even when it does happen, if it does happen, teams are going to want Jordan Walsh. Somebody's going to take Vucevic from us. Ron Harper. Like, we're going to lose a lot of players. Luka Garza.
Oh, yeah.
A key factor here for us. So I'll give the floor now to you, Peter.
For me, obviously, the people you have to keep are Maxey. That's got to be your first to keep. You got to keep VJ because of what he's been doing in his rookie season. It's been really good. I would keep Embiid. My options are open for him for trading, but not giving him up for nothing. No, I can't do that. So you keep those 3, obviously. For me, I will keep a Kelly Oubre. I think that he has fit in very well with Philly. So I would keep him. Give me Quentin Grimes, obviously, as well, so we could keep like a starting 5 out there. The rest of the 6, 7, 8, well, we got 3 players. The only 3 players I'm keeping, honestly, not really. I don't even care about this dude. Definitely not. All right, Drummond. Give me Drummond so I can have a backup center that's decent. Give me Barlow, Dominic Barlow, because he's been backing up Oubre pretty well. And one last player I would keep is give me Adam Bona. He's like he's only 22 years old. We selected him in the draft not too long ago. So
you guys heard it with me. He said Kyle Lowry. Okay.
No.
Yeah,
no.
Paul George too.
That's the second person that could leave the team. First is Paul George, then it's him. I don't want Kyle. I hate Kyle Lowry. I don't know why they keep re-signing him. Stop. Stop
He's the-
resigning Kyle
He's
Lowry.
the
Stop.
veteran.
Stop.
Look, think about this. He's probably
We
the
don't
reason
want-
why
we
Maxi.
don't care about
He's
him.
probably the
doing
reason why
nothing.
Maxi is so good right now. He's
He's not. No, he's not. He's
being-
averaging
he's-
1
he's-
point per game.
No,
One.
I'm saying he's
1
like
point. How do you average 1 point a game if if a field goal is 2 points? You're averaging 1.3 points per game. What?
He's in Maxi's ear.
No,
you know,
I don't care.
he's
I don't want
coaching
him in his
Maxi.
ear. Take his fat
he's-
ass off the team. I don't want him. Get him
he's
off the
co-
fucking team. I don't want him.
He's
I
just
don't.
there
I
for.
don't want him.
He's there for veteran presence. You know,
Bro,
veteran presence is important.
He played 18 minutes yesterday. 0 points. 0 points. What are you doing? He's running around doing nothing.
He just collected that
Get him
check,
off
man.
the team. I don't want him. I
in
don't
the best
care. He's
position, man.
unprotected. He's unprotected. He could go to Las Vegas or Seattle. I don't want him. Go over there.
Hey,
Help us.
Vegas,
Go
he
whisper in
be-
somebody else's ear.
He'd be
I
chilling
don't
in
want him.
Vegas, man.
I
That's good
don't want.
veteran
Yeah, let him
presence
go to
out there.
Vegas. He'll have a lot of fun in Vegas. I don't want his fat
Yeah.
ass on my team.
Good retirement area.
That's a
I,
good.
I don't want his fat ass on my
That's a
team.
good clip right there. Anyway, Aseem, you are the Charlotte Hornets. Who
I
are
am
your-
the Charlotte Hornets GM. I'm
to
keeping
8
LaMelo Ball.
Yeah, don't give him up for nothing. You got to keep him.
Yeah, that is true. LaMelo Ball, Miles Bridges. I'm keeping
Okay.
Con Canupo,
Absolutely. Absolutely.
100%.
Kalkbrenner. What's that? Ryan Kalkbrenner. Kalkbrenner.
Hello said, who?
Yeah, Kalkbrenner. He's a rookie too, so you got to keep.
You're not
your
keeping
rookie.
Brandon Miller?
Let me see. Hold on. Wait.
Uh.
I didn't even look at the. Yeah, I'll keep Brandon. Yeah, I'll keep Brandon Miller.
You said Brenner. I was like, who the fuck is that?
Yeah,
What
Kalkbrenner.
about
Yeah, Kalkbrenner.
Diabate?
Musa.
Yeah.
Dibayate.
He's all right.
Yeah. I'll keep him. Hold on. How many was
You
that?
kept the
1,
starting
2?
5. That's 5. That's their starting
Yeah,
5.
that's 5. All right, so then I got 3 left. I'll probably. Yeah, it's probably gonna be Kobe White since.
Yeah, for sure.
Since LaMelo gets injured a lot, so dang.
I feel like there's only like one more option. Maybe you can maybe do 2, but I think I would only do 1 more, in my opinion. I would do Trey Mann personally.
That's what I was
Me
thinking.
personally.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, Trey man.
After him, everybody else is trash. Maybe you could keep Grant Williams if you want a little bit of depth.
It's
but
veteran
I don't.
presence right there. Grant Williams.
I mean, technically, yes, he is a veteran. Yes,
that veteran presence.
I feel like that's like
important.
that's it. That's your 8 right there, I guess.
Yeah.
All right, well there you go.
Ain't no depth in that.
Look.
Charlotte got
look.
no depth.
Look at this. Xavier Tillman, 1.5 point per game. There you go.
Yeah, but
1.5.
But he's 27 years old. Kyle Lowry's like what, 38? Why is he still on the team, bro? Get him off. We don't want him.
That's your.
Well,
that's the GM,
actually,
man.
I really like that segment, guys. That was fun. Peter had a little blow up moment when I brought up Mr.
My wife even texted me. She's like, "We need a house with a basement."
Oh man, she said you too loud.
Yeah, she's downstairs.
That's
39 years old, bro. This dude's 39, averaging 1 point per game. Yo, dude.
Like he get heated. Kyle Lowry, I'm getting heated with AJ Brown. What's Carlos? Oh, he got heated over the NBA. So over referees.
I didn't get
NBA referee.
Spoke my displeasure for them ending a game that way, which I think we all at this point can say we hate the NBA, but you don't end a prime time television game
that I agree
on a non-superstar. Even like if it was a superstar player who took a jump shot and they got fouled, okay, whatever, I can live with that. On a rebound,
Hey, look, the refs do what they want, man. They're gonna give you a technical.
They do.
They're gonna give you a tech.
Yes, they do.
They're gonna come to your house, blow the whistle, give you a
might as
tech.
well start wearing a Thunder jersey at that because the allegations ain't working out right now. Anyway,
Hey, look, we got more hate on the way. You know, we got we still got Jack Harlow.
I'm gonna have to
when that come up.
Y'all want to piss me off today. Yeah, you want to piss me off today.
So we do gotta move forward here.
Yeah, let's go.
Actually, it's Peter.
Yo,
we gotta just be honest here. Okay, you had your World Baseball Classic spiel last week.
There you go. Look,
I gotta eat my words. I gotta eat my words.
Let me say, y'all was hype over DR, man. I didn't say it on the pod, but I was in my head. I was like, man, they probably gonna lose, man. I was like, what if they lose after all this hype?
Listen, I'm a man. I'm sitting here before you with my DR hat because I will not stop repping them. They're still gonna be my team. We got beat. Now, okay, real quick. I'm gonna be quick about this. I don't want to, make a spiel about it and stuff. Listen, a lot of people complaining about the last call, about the called strike 3 to Geraldo Perdomo. Listen, I agree. Definitely wasn't a strike. WBC needs to have ABS in their tournament because it is a travesty that we're letting umpire error determine the end of a game. It's like Lo said with NBA. You do not want an important game like this between two powerhouses, US and DR, to come down to a blown called strike. It's bad. We need ABS for the next tournament. It's no ifs, ands, or but. It needs to be in the tournament because it's a shame. Now, I was very upset about it that night. The next day, I got over it, and I understood. Like, all right, whatever. It is what it is. Here's the reality of it. Unfortunately, DR, their first 4 games in the tournament, they were on fire. The bats were on fire. The offense was on fire. They were hitting homers. They have the most homers of all time of the all World Baseball Classic tournament history in one season, in one tournament. But they just did not turn it on in that game. Only Caminero, that's it. Junior Caminero, he was the only one that turned it on. After that, the offense was dead. The pitching did very, very good. Yes, they gave up 2 runs, but in a baseball game, in a baseball tournament where DR was hitting homers that they were scoring 6, 7, 8, 9, 12 runs, 10 runs. If you would have told anybody that US only scored 2 runs, you're like, damn, they must have got their ass whooped. No, they in fact whooped DR's ass on the other hand. So DR had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, and they failed. They choked. There's no other way around it. They failed and they choked. So yes, is it bad? The called strike 3? Yes, it is. But we need to also be realistic and understand that the offense, they choked. Tatis running on Judge, trying to go to third instead of staying on second and allowing Soto to have a runner on first and second, going up against Paul Skeens is a big mistake. Albert Pujols not substituting Austin Wells in the 7th inning for a pinch runner, for a faster runner, and who was it? Perdomo getting a hit and Austin Wells having to stay on third base and not score because he's a slow runner. That is a mistake. That shouldn't have happened. We should have pinch ran for him. Same thing in the 8th inning. We had opportunities. So Tatis had the bases loaded and he choked. That is the whole point of this thing. DR had opportunity after opportunity after opportunity before that last pitch called strike. So unfortunately, it just wasn't our year. Again, it is what it is. You have 3 years to recoup and try to get yourself a better team, get better starting pitching, because the starting pitching to me was a big problem. The bullpen was on fire. Try to bring them back, but we need to find something to turn the offense up for the next tourney. I don't know what it could be. Caminero had it. The kid is only 23 years old and he's a stud. So I'm excited for him to grow more in his career. But unfortunately, DR can't just blame the umpire for a bad game when the offense played like trash.
To piggyback on that, earlier in the game, I believe it was in the 8th inning as well. They did call that same low strike to Juan Soto.
Yes, they did.
So it was they were calling that low strike all game. I did feel like our pitcher's box was a lot smaller than the U.S. Pitching box. I felt like the U.S. had a really big pitcher's box. A lot of balls that were in a lot of called balls that were in the strike zone were called balls. A lot of strikes that were outside of the strike zone were called strikes. So sometimes that's just how the umpires do it. You can't blame them. I agree with Peter. We had a lot of chances to win this game. As you guys know, I'm Dominican. Peter's Dominican, so we're going to rep our country. We had a lot of opportunities to win the game. I remember we're watching the game live when Fernando Tatis ran to third. I literally screamed. I was like, why are you running? Like, you got to respect that Judge has an arm and he can make that throw to third, which he did, and he made that third. It was perfect.
Bro, his strongest throw in 3 years. His strongest throw in 3 years. It was dumb to do that.
Again, Paul Skeens, one of the better, probably the best pitcher in baseball right now, killed us all game. The man, he was pitching fire, and it was really good performance by the United States defensively. They did not let us, get it going. Shout out to Caminero for being the only one to have the bat going that night, getting the only run scored for us. Again, I'm super happy to see what we did in the World Baseball Classic. I think it's something that we can learn and grow from, and come next World Classic, maybe we can finally take home the crown. But
and in respect to Venezuela for beating the U.S. in a fun game last night. Congrats to them. They're talking a lot of trash. So, I mean, hey, you guys are the champs. You guys deserve it. You guys can. They're talking a lot of trash. But, hey, man, go ahead. It's y'all year. Y'all have the right to this year.
Another thing that I did want to bring up, you're the Yankees fan of here. I don't know if Aseem has a team or if he's going to continue repping.
Yeah.
Who's your team, Aseem? Who's your team?
It will be my baseball team.
I mean, you're an Eagles fan. Might as well be a Phillies fan.
Yeah. I probably should. Yeah, I'll do it.
Because North Carolina, the Carolinas don't have a baseball team.
Yeah. I was thinking. I was like, man, if I go New York, that might be
Atlanta, or you could be a Braves fan.
No.
Okay.
No, I mean, are the Braves good?
Yankees fan,
the Braves.
We're gonna have to catch hands.
The Braves are good.
Nah.
Aseem can't be a Yankees fan. No.
Damn,
I can't be a Yankees fan.
They will not accept you.
For real, they wouldn't accept me.
We would accept you, but I just don't see you. You don't come across as a Yankees fan. I think you.
Okay.
I told you before. I feel like you could be a Braves fan. Your wife's isn't your wife from Atlanta?
No, she's not from Atlanta. But that is where she was when we got married.
There you go, man.
Yeah, but she does claim Atlanta as her.
So I'm saying, bro, you got married in Atlanta, didn't you?
True. I mean, yeah, but I mean, I do have family ties in New York, so that's where.
Nah, be a Mets fan then. At that point.
No, they're Yankees. They're not. They're like Yankees and Knicks. That's.
Oh, what
I
hate the Knicks.
So it seems a Phillies fan. All right, we established this.
So I'm not going to Atlanta. Okay,
if you want to go Atlanta, I will accept Atlanta. But if you say New York,
all right, for this season, since we're doing it this way, Peter picked. Who did he pick? He picked
Atlanta.
I'm talking about you picked the.
Well, Peter's always been a Yankees fan.
I'm talking about football. Fan. I'm talking about football.
Oh, Raiders.
Yeah, you pick Vegas. Yeah, so should I
you gonna go with the Vegas Raider? The A's, the Athletics?
No. I'm not going them. I'm talking about just picking a different team.
Just pick something, or let Chat do it for you.
Said Chat GPT. No, I don't want no Chat.
Pick. Be left field, bro. Go be an Arizona Diamondbacks fan.
No,
that's left field as hell.
You could be like Floyd and be a Guardians fan.
Eesh.
You know what? I'll go Atlanta. I'll stick
It
with
fits
Atlanta
you,
and
bro.
see how it
Honestly,
goes.
it fits you, bro. Trust me.
Anyways,
Let's see who their players. Garrett Stubbs.
They have
Edel.
Ronald Acuna. They have Acuna from Venezuela.
I'm on the wrong team. Okay, Ronald Acuna.
Yeah, he's like a top 10 player in the league. That dude is amazing.
Okay.
So real quick before I forget what I was gonna say, you, Peter, as a Yankees fan, how does it feel seeing in the finals here, U.S. Captain Aaron Judge once again no showing,
choking
in a big scenario?
Bro, I'm gonna be real with you.
Oh no,
it sucks. It sucks, but I've seen Aaron Judge play in the World Series against the Dodgers, so it was not that it was expected, but it was like it could have been expected, you know.
He doesn't have the clutch gene.
Nah, not really. No. Ooh. But I'll tell you what. This is bad too for Yankees fans, obviously. Like for me, like look, I'm a realist. This is not the Yankees' year, unfortunately. We need a lot of things to go our way in order for us to win a championship. I don't see it. I don't even see us getting out the East personally. But again, like every other Yankees fan would be mad as hell that I'm saying this, but I'm a realist. And I'm gonna be real with you, and this is gonna sound crazy. A lot of people will be like, "Oh, it's blasphemy." Boston is dangerous this year. I'm just being honest. I've said it to Los. I've said in our group chats, Boston's dangerous. This World Baseball Classic showed you how good that team is because all their players that participated balled out. Roman Anthony is a star. He's a star. If that dude continues to play how he's been looking, he's going to be a top 10 player soon in the league. You have I've seen games of Garrett Crochet in spring training. He's been pretty good. He had a couple like hiccups, but it's spring training. Like he's just getting his reps in. But y'all new player Contreras from Venezuela, he did pretty good. Willie Abreu was really good, really good for Venezuela. So I'm just saying, man, like this Boston team, they are dangerous. So it's going to be tough to get them out of the, to not see them get out of the East.
That was something I was going to bring up, man. As you guys know, I rep every Boston team. Just I sent the picture in the group chat earlier. So Dominican Republic had 15 home runs. Italy had 12. Venezuela had 10. Japan had 10. The United States had 10. And the Boston Red Sox outfield had 10 combined between the stars. Jarren Duran,
yes,
baller, man. I love him. I've said publicly how much I'm happy he's on our team. Former All-Star MVP. He is a stud. I really think he's going to have a really good year. Peter just highlighted Roman Anthony. When we brought him up last year, you saw how the team just literally changed. We were one of the worst teams in the league, and we ended up being one of the better teams in the league, making it to the postseason. Obviously, he did go down. He didn't get to play in that postseason run, which ultimately costed us against the Yankees. But, man, he is very promising, very, very good. Willier Abreu, damn, he was really good. He did his thing last night in the finals, home run there. He had a home run against Italy, I believe. He was on fire during this World Baseball Classic.
And y'all got one of the best closers he's older, but he's still throw gas, bro. 100, 203 in the gun. Aroldis Chapman.
Chapman is a beast. So like you said, Garrett Crochet.
Oh, Brian Bello too. Brian Bello pitched really well for DR as well. He's a beast.
Really, really good. I'm a big fan of him. I've always been a fan of him. And, he's backing up He's not backing up Crochet because, obviously there's no backups. They're just Crochet is literally like our ace. And then you got Bellows. Ranger Suarez, I think, is going to be pretty good with us. Connolly Early is really good. A young pitcher.
I want to see how Sonny Gray looks for you guys. He is older, so I want to see how he does. And real quick, Los, you might not agree with me with this. I think Duran might be on the trade block this year. I think he might.
I think
get
so
traded.
too. Unfortunately, he wants to get paid, and we're a team that notoriously really doesn't pay people. I would love to see him stay. I'm public about that. Again, Peyton Tall. We got Garrett Whitlock, Masataka Yoshida.
He's okay.
I mean, he had a couple home runs this year for Japan. So,
hey, look, all this just to lose to the Dodgers.
yeah. Definitely, Dodgers.
All of this
to lose to the Dodgers. Hey,
That's
so real quick for Aseem, I'm just gonna let you know.
Yeah.
So your team, your team now, your adopted
my Atlanta
team,
Braves.
Your Atlanta Braves. Now. They got some people. They got a squad on them. You got Chris Sale. He is a little older. He's 36 years old, but 2 years ago, that dude was a Cy Young. He is a beast. He's really, really good. So that's your ace. Y'all got Spencer Strider. He was really good a few years ago. Injuries have kind of on him, but hopefully he could pick it up. The rest of y'all starting pitching is Y'all bullpen is pretty good though. You got Robert Suarez, who used to be the Padres closer, and now he's just gonna be y'all setup man. So and because y'all got Raisel Iglesias, who's really good, another really good closer. So I'm telling y'all, the bullpen is really good for y'all. Dylan Lee, Tyler Kinley. So and y'all got Ian Hamilton from the Yankees. He was okay on the Yankees. The biggest thing you guys got is that outfield is really good. You have Ronald Acuna. That's your ace. That's your star. He's a top 10 player in the league. That dude, he did he had a what was it? A 40 home runs, 70 stolen bases. First one to ever do that. Dude is amazing. He did have the torn ACL, but he came back and he's been lights out. It looks like he hasn't, gotten injured. Michael Harris II, he has really, really good defense, really good defensive center fielder. The offense is okay, but it's all about the defense for him. And then you got Mike Yastrzemski. You guys just got him. He used to play for he was on the Giants before, but he's pretty good. He's decent. And then you have Ozzie Albies. He don't really got pop like that, but he's a really good defensive second baseman. Austin Riley, really good third baseman. Matt Olson. 2 years ago, the dude was hitting like 50 home runs. Last year, he didn't have as much, but this year we'll see if he could pick it up. So Atlanta's got a good team. They are in the National League, so they're not in the same league as Los and my team. Actually, me and Los's team is in the same division, and they're rivals. They hate each other, so that's a big one. Y'all rivals is the Phillies and the Mets. Y'all, the three of y'all just hate each other. Braves, Phillies, and Mets, they hate each other. So y'all are in the same division.
Do us a favor, message the group chat, tag AP, be like, I'm a Braves fan.
No, I'm not doing that.
I'll be sure to. I'll say it. But
I'm not doing that.
Y'all could get out the NL East. It just depends on how the Mets do, because the Mets did get better this year. The Mets have Juan Soto, and they're kind of like the Dodgers. They're spending money, not as much as the Dodgers, but they are spending money. Yeah. So I feel like that's y'all biggest competition right there is going to be the Mets for y'all. And unfortunately, y'all in the NL, so y'all will have to face off against the Dodgers if you do get further into the playoffs.
Don't worry, I already sent the message for you. I said,
oh my gosh.
Real quick before we move on, for our fantasy baseball league, as we stated earlier, we are doing a fantasy league for baseball. I'm pretty excited. I've always wanted to do one.
Me too.
Real quick, let me. It's just loading up for me now. So, in order, here are the top players. Shohei Ohtani, of course, number 1. Aaron Judge, number 2. Swan Hodo, Paul Skeens, Bobby Witt Jr.
Swan Hodo.
Tariq Skubal, Jose Ramirez, Garrett Crochet, Kyle Tucker. Wow, he's number 9.
He's high.
Yeah. Acuna Jr., Ronald Acuna Jr. is 10. Ketel Marte. I'm in the lobby, so I can actually tell you guys this. So
yep.
That's what you guys are hearing. Yeah, Ketel Marte is 11. Christopher Sanchez is 12. Cal Rowley is 13. Fernando Tatis Jr. is 14. Logan Gilbert is 15. Junior Caminero, 16. Corbin Carroll, 17. Gunnar Henderson, 18. I can never say his name. Yamamoto. He's
Yoshinobu Yamamoto.
Yep, and yeah. So,
Bro, you watch anime?
those are
No. I just know him.
No, I was talking about Carlos. I was like, you watch anime,
but I'm not gonna. Try I always say it's Yamamoto.
Should know some Japanese, a little bit of Japanese.
So yeah, those are the top 20 players. I'll tell you guys up front. I'm going Aaron Judge at number 2. It's not a surprise.
You think he's going number 2?
He has the second pick. Los has the second pick.
What if Aaron Judge is number 1?
Then I'm getting Shohei Ohtani.
Nah. Number 1 is Ohtani for sure. He's got two. You got 2 ways that you could use him, either pitching or
I'll
hit
even
the
give
edge.
you guys a little heads up here. Number 3 is going to be Jose Ramirez.
Oh yeah, Fuad got the 3rd pick.
No, Nick said he's picking Jose Ramirez.
Oh wow, look at that.
Yeah, if you guys haven't looked, I would definitely recommend looking, going to your roster, hitting the practice draft setting, and looking at the order, so that way you get an idea of who to pick. Also, do a couple drafts because
I guarantee you, none of it is going to.
I'll tell you right now.
I'm
gonna be real with you. I'm be real with you. I have the 6th pick in here. I'm either looking at if Bobby Witt falls to me, I might pick up him or Acuna. It's one of those 2 for me. I'm not going with I'm not going with Kyle Tucker. That's way too high for him. And Kyle Riley, I'm not picking him up either. I don't want him.
I agree. The reason why I say to do that, obviously it's not gonna be 100% on who you're gonna get outside of maybe like the first round. Is because when making the league, I had multiple settings here. So regular baseball league is just a pitchers heavy league. So like pitchers get all the points and batters, you barely get points for batting and stuff like that. Personally, I was like, well, this is a fantasy league. Why are we only going to get points for pitching and then not punish anything? Or for like not reward batters for hitting home runs? Why is a home run the same amount of points as just a regular base hit? To me, I didn't like how that was. So I did go ahead and I made it so it's an all-around league.
Wait, so it's not default settings?
It is not not default settings. I did change a couple things and made it so it's a all-around league.
Because I'm gonna be transparent. This whole thing is going into Chat GBT. My team is going to be the Chat GBT.
Hey, look.
We'll see how AI can get me to the promised land.
AI is really good, but I'll tell you guys this. Let me go to scoring.
I'll be honest with you, Aseem. If I see a good player that's on the board, I'm gonna tell you to draft them. I'm not gonna steer you wrong. I'm not gonna tell you like bullshit. I'm gonna be like, yo, you need to draft this dude. I'll be honest.
100%. I do fantasy sports because I have fun. It's not always about the winnings. Winnings is just extra.
Okay, man. Says the person that left the group chat.
I left the group chat
mid-game.
I wasn't trying to hear their bullshit. If you haven't realized this whole week, it's been like me defending myself versus the three stooges that nonstop dick ride each other. So like I wasn't gonna just continue on with that shit. And like they know who they are, so I'm not gonna say any names, but you even saw where one of them said, "Oh, I never said this," and I took a picture of it and then screenshot it. All right, maybe I did say it. And you're in our fantasy football league. So when I brought up the same question in the fantasy football league, everybody roasted me for it. But then when one of the three stooges brings it up, it's like, well, it happens in real life.
Bro, I don't know if they're being serious or not when they talk about you being commissioner.
No. If you know them,
corrupt commissioner.
And look, Peter can tell you because I know you really don't know them as much as we do.
Oh man.
When we're talking about the two stooges that we hang out with, does the one not dick ride the other? That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, we got to
black out some names. I'm not gonna say names, but does the one not dick ride the other?
Hey man.
Anyways,
Hey, I left the chat. I've been left the chat too, bro.
I was like, you know what? I'm gonna follow Peter's suit here. I'm out here. Shit's toxic. I ain't trying to be arguing with people every day.
I'll tell you this, Aseem. There was one year I left the chat like early in the season. I was like, I'm done with it. I'm not trying to be in this.
Right?
I'm not about to be arguing every day. I'm not about to be arguing every day with y'all.
Yeah, it literally turns into a 3v1 as soon as you disagree with one point that they got to say. So before I digress anymore, batting, so scoring. So for batting, you get 1 point for a single, 2 points for a double, 3 points for a triple, and a home run is 4 points. If you get walked, you get a point. Runner scored is a point. RBI is a point. Stolen base is 1 point. If you get a strikeout, it's -1 point.
I like that.
You get one point for a hit, and you get 1 point for a game-winning RBI or home run extra. If you're caught stealing, that's -1 point. So double-edged sword there. If you are going to go steal and you get caught, you should get penalized for that.
I agree.
And then if you get a grand slam home run, you're going to get the 4 plus the extra point for being a grand slam home run.
Yeah.
Plus all the points for being an RBI. And then for pitching, for each inning that the pitcher pitches, you automatically get 3 points. That was standard. For each earned run that you give up, though, it's -2 points. Oof. That was standard. If you're the pitcher gets a win, mind you, I didn't change on any of those. Those are just standard. If you get a win as a pitcher, that's +2 points. If you get a loss as a pitcher, that's -2 points. If you get a save, so saves for a pitcher, 5 points. For each strikeout, you get a point. For each hit allowed, you get -1 point. And for each walk issued, you get -1 point. If you get a shutout, you get 2 points. For each home run, you get -1 point. And for each hold, you get 2 points. So if you hold the batter, and you know they didn't score, you got out of the inning, you get 2 points for that. And then things that I never changed: pop-ups, put outs, so pop-outs, fielding, 1 point. So for each out, if it's there, 1 point. And then one that I did change because I feel like it should be penalized: if you get an error, that's -1 point.
That should be penalized.
In my opinion, should be penalized. So that is everything in the league settings. So take a look. Make sure you do a couple mock drafts, even though it's not going to go that way, just so you have a rough estimate of like where certain players are going to be going. Because I'm pretty sure outside of like maybe a couple people, it's going to kind of the ADPs are kind of going to dictate where certain players are going to go on if you can reach for some players. I've done a couple myself, so I kind of know my draft strategy here, and I got a couple of ways to go about this. So, yeah.
Good luck.
Outside of that was the World Baseball Classic and baseball talk for us. I think we have 2 more topics that we want to talk to you guys about. We'll try and go a little bit faster here. And we're probably going to have to cut one of them out if we are pushing the 2.5, 3 hour mark here.
Yeah, I don't think we'll have. I mean, it's however much y'all want to talk about WWE, Yeah,
that should be relatively quick. Well, I think this one will be a lot quicker. Aseem, Peter, Sean Strickland versus Khamzat Chimaev got announced. What do you guys think about this one?
To me, when we spoke about Khamzat's win over Fluffy, we were saying that obviously, Strickland. My bad. We were saying how, the person that deserves the shot is Evloev, but obviously Strickland is a talker. He talks a lot. He has a lot of he's got definitely more fans and more people talk about him than Evloev. So I think I literally said I wouldn't be surprised if that happened, and sure enough, that's exactly what happened. In my opinion, is this a better fight? No, I think the better fight would have been Khamzat versus Evloev. I think Evloev, has better defensive wrestling than Strickland. I do think Strickland's stand-up, I think, is better than Evloev, but it would have been good to see Evloev defend the wrestling, Khamzat possibly get tired, and then let's see what happens there. I don't see Strickland having a chance in this fight, but good for him for getting another title shot.
First round domination. Gonna say it out there just like that. Khamzat, if DDP was taking you down like that, Khamzat's gonna take you down in the first 30 seconds, 20 seconds, and gonna go for a submission. We'll see if you can even defend it because that man Khamzat is strong. And first round domination. Book it. Aseem, what do you think?
Yeah, I'm going with Khamzat. So yeah, I 100% agree with Peter. As far as it being the first round, you said first round submission.
No, I didn't say that. I didn't give exact. I just said that. I just don't think.
No, I was talking about Carlos.
I did, yeah. First round submission.
Yeah, first round submission.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that with you. First round submission.
Oh yeah. The next big fight that kind of got announced is kind of big. I don't really care for it, but I will say it is big. Nate Diaz versus Mike Perry.
It was like so much passive aggressive. She's just like, yeah.
Just Nate Diaz is old, man. Like,
when's the last time he fought? That's
he fought. The last thing he fought was against
Edwards,
Jake
right?
Paul. Jake. Wasn't it Jake Paul? No.
In the UFC, right? Wasn't it Nate Leon Edwards?
No, the last one he fought was Tony Ferguson when he submitted him.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
that's his last MMA fight. Yeah, that was in 2022.
Oh goodness.
His last fight was against Masvidal. He he had beaten him apparently by majority decision in 2024, but he's got a while. He's hasn't fought in a while. Perry obviously has been doing the bare knuckle boxing, and he's been doing he did box with Jake Paul as well. Yeah, I mean, I get what Los is saying. Like, some people are gonna, not really think that it's a big deal. They're gonna be like, like Perry's like a journeyman from MMA, and then you have Diaz, who's just old now. He's like 41 years old or something like that. He's 40 actually.
Goodness.
And then you put him on this card with Ronda Rousey, Gina Carano, who are like, past their prime as well. Francis, who, one of the only ones obviously in here that still is in his prime. I mean, he's heavyweight, so even though he's older, he's still technically in his prime. But it's a big deal because it's a name value. Nate Diaz is he's a huge name. He's a huge commodity. So that is a big deal because this man is not fighting for the UFC right now in MMA. Like, he is going to fight for Netflix and Jake Paul's promotion MVP. So that's a big deal. It's just them battling against the UFC's White House card. And they just got more name value right now for the regular audience. Yes, Ilya's a big star. So maybe some people do know who he is. Justin, as much as I love him, he's not a star. Cyril Gane is not a star. Alex has been ascending to be a star, but I just don't think either of them are at the level of a Ronda Rousey, because Ronda Rousey did do a lot of things to help women's MMA. And then obviously you also have now Nate Diaz, who very, very, very famously fought Conor McGregor twice, beat him the first time. So it's a big deal. Like I said, it may not be the most fun fight. I expect Nate Diaz to get worked in here because even though Mike Perry hasn't fought MMA in a while, the dude still got power and he's been showing it in the bare knuckle. So I think Nate might get TKO'd here, but I think that for name value stuff, Netflix did good getting him here.
Yeah. Again, I got no input. I don't like it. I don't really care for Nate Diaz.
You just don't like fights. That's just like, you just want to see two people.
It's not that. I've said it publicly about it. I know some people love Nate Diaz for like his antics and like him being like one of the real ass people in the UFC and in fighting. I've never been a fan. I've always thought he was overrated and he was a glorified journeyman who got clout for beating Conor McGregor when Conor McGregor went up to fight him, and it was because somebody pulled out to fight Conor McGregor. I think it was RDA pulled out to fight Conor McGregor, and then Conor McGregor was prepping for a lightweight fight at that point, and then he moved up to welterweight, and you kind of just weight bullied to beat him. To me, like I didn't like Nate Diaz. I think he got a lot of clout from that. And then when the whole baddest motherfucker thing came up with Jorge Masvidal. At that time, I was saying Jorge Masvidal was a journeyman, and now to me, we said it earlier, and I know we don't agree on it now because Max Holloway and Charles Oliveira are definitely not journeymen, but it's the whole lineage of BMF started as the journeyman's title. Two people that weren't good enough to win the undisputed lightweight or welterweight title, and yeah, that's just how I feel about it.
Just you're saying it's like he's a street fighter that went pro, basically. Was what you're trying
I give Masvidal more respect than I do Nate Diaz because Masvidal at least went on a nice run. He did put a lot of work into the UFC and in MMA in general. And he has a lot of like highlight wins, like his Donald Cerrone win, like a lot of big credible names. To me, I always thought Nate Diaz was overrated. And I know Masvidal, I had the same gripe with him at the time, but he did go on a run. He did, he has a lot of highlights. The Donald Cerrone win, the Ben Askren one, most notably. I could care less about this fight. I don't care about Nate Diaz. I didn't care for him in the UFC. I don't care about him now.
Hey, people do. Netflix cares. They giving them the bag, and Netflix is going to get them views for this one. So
I will watch
I can reverse it to you and be like, everybody wants to see Conor come back to the UFC and fight.
Oh, I want to see Conor come back,
but I don't. Like, I don't want to see Conor fight nobody. Like, he need to hang it up.
It depends on who he fights. Like if it's him and Max, I would love to see that. If it's him and Charles, I don't want to see him get wrestled. He's not being a good wrestler.
It's just like, what are you gonna get from it? It's just what is the excitement of it?
To me, it just depends on who he fights. That's what's exciting about that. If it's Conor versus Max, that's a fight where we know they're gonna both just stand and bang the whole time. That's gonna be super exciting. If it's him versus Charles, the fight that's not really gonna be exciting because we know Charles is gonna take him down. Charles is going to submit him.
So then what's the difference between that and what Nate Diaz is doing?
I personally don't care for Nate Diaz. I feel like he's past his prime. He should definitely retire. And fighting Mike Perry, who's another, he made a name for himself in bare knuckle boxing, but is this an MMA fight? Yeah. It's
MMA, yeah.
It is an MMA fight. So, like, again.
Well, they're not grappling.
Diaz might.
Yeah, Diaz might. I don't put it past Diaz to grapple.
If he starts getting lit up on the feet, he might.
Mm-hmm.
Which I think he will. I think he will get lit up on the feet because Diaz don't got like power like that.
Yeah. Anyways, unless you got something else to say, there's 2 more fights that got announced that I do want to highlight. These ones
go ahead, man.
Deserve more light and shine than Nate Diaz and Mike Perry. No offense to them. I just feel like we need to. These 2 are undefeated fighters. So Movsar Evloev versus Lerone Murphy.
That is this weekend.
Yeah, that is a massive, massive, massive fight. 2 undefeated guys, both of them rightfully deserving to be the number 1 contender, and they're both putting their undefeated on the line and their win streak on the line against each other, which normally never happens. Normally, you got both undefeated guys will refuse to fight each other, and they're going to hold out for each of them to get a title shot. Instead, no, these both want to fight each other and earn their title shot. So I respect this so much. Prediction, guys. Who do you guys got? Lerone or Movsar?
So this is a good fight. One of these guys should be fighting Alexander Volkanovski next. Volk has been running through, obviously, the division. There was no point for him to fight Diego Lopez twice. By the way, let me correct that. He ran through the whole division except for Ilia Topuria. So I just want to give Ilia his respects and his flowers. But it has to be one of these guys that fights him next. I personally love that they did this. Undefeated versus undefeated. Just make it clear for us. This person won, boom. That's the number 1 contender. So you'd have Movsar, who Movsar obviously is like, he's the boring fighter. A lot of people don't like him because of the grappling, the wrestling. The guy really don't got power like that. It's just like lay and pray kind of type of guy. His fight with Aljo, I thought it was like a little closer than a lot of people put it. Oh, Los left, but I'm gonna keep going.
Uh-oh. Yeah, keep going.
No, you're good. You're good. It's still recording, so we're good. So, the fight with Aljo I thought was a little closer than people thought it was.
Sorry.
I don't think Aljo won that fight, but I don't think that it was like a domination. I think Aljo did fine in there. The Diego Lopez one, again, that's another one that Diego Lopez and him, that was a close fight. So Movsar, I don't know. The thing is that I feel like a lot of people are putting too much stock into Lerone Murphy's like spinning KO on Aaron Pico. Aaron Pico was very aggressive, and I think that Lerone was able to time it perfect, but Lerone isn't that type of fighter. He's a grinder. He's going to grind out a decision. He's like another decisionator as well. He does have more TKOs and KOs than Movsar does. I just don't think that this is going to end in a finish. I think that this is going to be a decision. I see this being a split decision as well. I think it's going to be a very close fight. But in my opinion, the only reason I'm going to go with this is because the English have been known to not have very good wrestling defense. So I will go with Movsar to win by a split decision again. I think that Lerone will have the better striking. I think he's going to have the better hands. I think he might even sting, hurt Movsar. But I think that Movsar's grappling is just going to be too much for Lerone, and I think that Movsar is going to get the title shot against Alex.
I'll ride with Lerone Murphy here. I agree the English do not have the best wrestling defense, but I feel like I've seen Lerone defend a lot of takedowns very technically well. He is the newer evolution of English MMA. I like his power. I like his timing. I like his anticipation. I like that he has the reach in this advantage. He has a 73-inch reach against a 72-inch reach, 72.5 and 73.5. So, 1-inch reach. He's also got the height advantage over him, and he's got the 3-inch leg reach on him. So I feel like he's going to do really good to keep it standing. And I agree it's going to be either a unanimous decision or split decision, but I will be going with Lerone Murphy here. I like him. I'm a big fan, and I would love to see him versus Alexander Volkanovski. By the way, guys, I've said it before. I'll say it again. Alexander Volkanovski is the greatest featherweight champion of all time. Aseem, the floor is yours.
I will go with Team Russia because that is my take.
Team Russia.
Team Russia.
It's okay. Respect it.
The rest, so far undefeated still. So
both are
undefeated.
I will say.
So, I'll go with Movsar.
Hey, real quick, while we are on this fight, not gonna go over everything, but for those that love MMA like me and Peter do, Aseem as well. Michael Venom Page is on this card. He will be fighting, and so is Roman Dolidze. He's on this card. So two of the names that maybe the casuals will recognize and remember. To maybe give us some more eyes on this card. But the last fight that I wanted to bring up and talk to you guys about, recently announced for the vacant light heavyweight title, Yuri Prohaska versus Carlos Oberg. Love this fight as well. I think this is going to be a banger fight.
Bro, this card is great.
Yeah.
The card is great. Like, I know some people were talking about the BMF card, it wasn't that good and stuff like that. Bro, if you got something to say about this card, then something's wrong with you. The whole card is stacked, man.
Yeah.
You got Kelvin Gastelum versus Vicente Luque, Cub Swanson versus Nate Landier, Tatiana Suarez versus Lupi Godinez, Paulo Costa's fighting Azamat, the Bellator fight between Patricio Pitbull and Aaron Pico. They never fought before. Kevin Holland, Randy Brown, Curtis Blaze versus Josh Hokett. Somebody's getting knocked out there. Mateusz Gamrot is fighting there versus Ribovic. Ribovic is really good. Yeah. Dominic Reyes versus Johnny Walker. Somebody's getting slept there too. Joshua Van versus Tatsuro Taira. That's a fun fight. And then Yuri and Carlos Ulberg. Somebody's getting slept. There's going to be a lot of finishes on this card, I think. I think there's going to be a lot of finishes.
100%.
A lot of people will get knocked out. Honestly, I'm going to be real with you. Perfect matchmaking. I don't think that there was anybody else that deserved to fight for this belt now that Alex moved up and vacated it. You have Yuri, obviously, who you're like, oh, but Yuri fought Alex twice and he lost. Yes, but he has been putting away other contenders. He put away Khalil Roundtree. We saw him fight Jamal Hill before. Obviously, like Dominic Reyes has been making a resurgence. He knocked out Dominic Reyes before. So, I mean, who else? And then obviously, everyone loves how Yuri fights. That dude fights like a crazy man. Like he has no fear of nothing. He doesn't care if he gets hurt, if he gets dropped, if he gets knocked out. He's going to throw hands. And Ulberg has done really good ever since that loss he had to Kennedy is Chuku, whatever his name is. I forgot his name. It's the really tall dude that he lost to. He's had a really good like a career resurgence after that, beating a lot of these people. I remember that knockout to Dominic Reyes was nasty. The Volkan Ozdemir fight, he did really good there. Alonzo Menafiel, he knocked him out too, really bad. So this made sense. It made sense for these two to fight. I'm gonna be real. I'm riding with Yuri. I just don't think Ulberg is championship material. He's on an impressive run. I'm not gonna lie, but I just think that Yuri's on another level.
Yeah, superstar status.
I agree. I feel like he learned a lot from Alex. And he looks like Kratos. Like, you can't go wrong.
Oh, man.
Unless you guys have anything else you guys want to say.
No, we can move on.
Let us see. So where are we? We still have. I feel like we're okay with skipping one of these, but we can run this one down really quick. So we'll give you guys our WrestleMania early thoughts next week when we get more matches. Do want to highlight Obafemi with the massive power bomb on Brock Lesnar. That was great. That was really.
All right, let me do a little quick YouTube.
Yeah, you do that while we Aseem.
Huh?
Sorry. You do that. Peter.
Yes.
You're the one I wanted to say. AEW Revolution just happened.
Yeah.
I thought it was really good. All around, really good pay-per-view.
So far, the pay-per-view of the year for all of wrestling. Obviously, it's only March. We still got a lot of the year to go, but I mean, they call Tony Khan Mr. Pay-per-view for a reason. I have a complaint. I have a small complaint. The pay-per-views sometimes are too long. I'm not gonna lie. They're a little too long. It had 13 matches.
Yeah.
We don't need 13 matches. We appreciate it sometimes, but sometimes we don't need that much. I think AP was even like, yo, I'm starting to fall asleep. Like it happens because they're long. But a lot of these matches, like not a lot, you could have gotten rid of like 3 matches on here. I think that I'll be real.
Marina Shafir.
Yeah, Tony Storm, Marina Shafir, you didn't need that. I'm gonna be real with you. The women's tag team, you did not need that either. That could have been on Dynamite or on Collision. You didn't need that on here. And another one that me personally, I did not like this match. I thought it was boring. Tekla versus Chris Statlander. I did not like it. I thought it was boring.
That was for the women's world title, so that made sense.
It made sense.
I would be okay with getting rid of is the Tornado Trios match with Darby Allin.
Yeah, that's another one too. Yeah.
You could have just done that on Dynamite.
Yeah. But real quick, the Blackjack Battle Royal, that was fun. That was a fun match. FTR versus Young Bucks. It was all right. It wasn't as good as their other matches, but you're building up to something. You got the Edge and Christian return. So we got to see what they're doing here. Are you going to do a triple threat TLC match? Maybe. Because Tony likes to call back to a lot of old WWE pay-per-views. So I could see that maybe. The Tony Storm Marina Shafir match. Listen, we could have done without it. And then having Ronda Rousey come in, L move. Ronda Rousey does not need to be anywhere near wrestling right now.
Massive.
Moxie versus Takeshita, a banger of a match.
Yeah,
possibly the match of the night, if not for maybe something else later on. But Takeshita is one of my favorite wrestlers. I really like Takeshita. Jon Moxley. I mean, what Jon Moxley does in AEW is crazy. Like to think like that this used to be Dean Ambrose in WWE is like night and day. Like Jon Moxley.
We can actually say, like, I think he's grown out of that. Like, if you're
way grown out of it,
you're never going to really say, "Oh, the first thing that comes to mind is him as the lunatic fringe." Absolutely not. You're going to think
hell no.
Jon Moxley, the badass in AEW.
Yeah. Again, I told you women's tag match could have been off of it. Swerve versus Brody was okay. Again, that could have been like a Dynamite match. It didn't need to be on the pay-per-view. I get it, but because it's Swerve and but it didn't need to be there. Tekla Chris, again, I understand it's for the women's championship, but it didn't need to be there either. Same thing with Mystico and Jet Speed versus the Don Callis family, Okada, Fletcher, and Davis. I get it. It's Okada. It's a trios championship. Again, it didn't need to be on the pay-per-view. It wasn't all that.
On that one, they did announce Mystico is all elite, so I thought that was pretty cool.
Finally, yeah. I mean, he's been coming in and out.
They did highlight it on the show. Mystico is the only active wrestler in the world to hold 2 trios titles in 2 different organizations.
Yes.
So that is super cool. And it's not even with the same team. This is 2 different teams that he's a trios champion with. So
yep.
Super cool.
Andrade versus Bandito, great match. Definitely deserved to be pay-per-view. I love Bandito. I think that he is a very, very, very good wrestler. The Tornado Trios, I agree with you, Los. That could have been off. MJF versus Hangman Adam Page in their Texas Death Match. I got a hot take for you. I think this one was better than the Jon Moxley Adam Hangman Page one. I think this one was better. MJF is incredible. He is incredible. It's insane to see a wrestler who is this good at promos, this good at wrestling, this good at character work. It's insane. I feel like I haven't seen a wrestler like this. I'm trying to think as to who, but I can't remember even who. It's insane. He has every redeeming quality about him. The match was great. I feel like it's not for everybody. Obviously, it was a very violent match. It was a lot of stuff happening. Light tubes were used. Barbed wire was used. Glass was used. Needles obviously were used. I mean, MJF putting the needle through Hangman's cheek was crazy. It was worse than Swerve's because the needle didn't even go through like out of the cheek like what MJF did. But so that part to me was like, that was excessive. I did think the match ended a little abrupt. Like I thought if Hangman would have hung on for like an extra 10 seconds, like fighting and trying, I think it would have sold a little bit better, but I get it. The whole point is the same weapon that Hangman brought in was his demise, essentially. Good for MJF. A fantastic match. You're adding another 5-star match onto your catalog. MJF is only he's 30 years old and he's got classics already under his belt. In my opinion, this might be a hot take. You might agree with me, Los. I think MJF is the greatest AEW champion because, like, he has done so much
in both his title reigns.
Yeah, in both his title reigns. Hangman, credit to him, another great match for him too. He's got a lot of 5-star matches under his belt. Now it's kind of like, what do you do with Hangman now? Because he can't ever challenge for the AEW championship no more. But we'll see. We'll see what happens. I think that I have a feeling as to what they're going to do. I think he might go in the tag division, like tag team belt division. I could see him and maybe Swerve maybe doing something together like that. Or maybe him linking up with the Young Bucks. I don't know. We'll have to see what they're gonna do. But or maybe him and Omega maybe doing like a tag run, like they did early in the AEW run. But MJF is just showing that he's levels above everybody in every department. So really good pay-per-view, really good ending, and then the blood smearing on the camera and MJF being on top of Hangman. That was dope. So great job by AEW on another banger pay-per-view.
Yeah, man. I second what he just said with MJF. He is the best thing in AEW right now, the best champion of all time in AEW history. A man of his word as the character development grows. He said, I'm going to put you on a stretcher when you finish this match, and I'm going to climb on top of it, hold my title with your bloody corpse unconscious. And that's exactly what he did. My goodness, is he so good. I didn't mind the ending. I know it felt a little bit rushed, but the way a friend of mine put it is like, that whole match that was really like gruesome, really like bloody and stuff. So on top of all the blood loss and everything, like you're not gonna be able to like hold on that long. So like him passing out when he did, I felt like was adequate considering the amount of blood that was shed throughout that match. I mean, they were both a bloody mess. It's not often that you see your champion be willing to take some of the bumps that MJF did. So, he definitely will work with his opponent and make them look strong, which is always a big highlight and a big, can't think of the word right now, but one of the big like pros to working with MJF is he's going to make you look strong. He's going to put you over a lot in a lot of moments. He's going to take a lot of bumps. So I had no gripes with this match. I think this was the match of the night. MJF, my God, AEW, you pay that man whatever he wants whenever he's up for a contract. You cannot afford him leaving. And MJF, credit to you as well for wanting to stay in AEW as well, knowing that there's a chance you go to WWE and they might not use you the same way. So keep doing your thing. I agree. I didn't think the Tornado Trios match should have been in there. Andrade El Idolo, I know you highlighted Bandito, but Andrade doesn't get enough love. He's been putting on some of the best work in his career in AEW. I know WWE didn't use him correctly. I feel like you're being used correctly right now, especially being with Don Callis, showing, every week you're going up to one of the baddies in the crowd and you're having a picture taken with them and they're drooling over your, looks and everything. So they're definitely using you right. The trios match, again, understood why it was on there, and you announced that Mystico is all elite, so that was really cool. Tekla versus Chris Statlander was all right. I get why it was on there. You're the women's champion. You deserve to be on the pay-per-view. But again, I thought the match was underwhelming. Swerve Strickland and Brody King, I love that match. I thought it was really good. Of course, it could have been a lot better. They could have gone a little bit longer, but I think the surprise at the end when Kenny Omega coming back.
I forgot about that. And Osprey made a comeback too today. That day.
He did. I thought that was really, really good, especially, the last time we saw Kenny Omega. I don't know what they're calling the move right now. I remember it as the Gringo Killer or the Vertebreaker, if you guys remember TNA or WWE back in the day. But yeah, through the announce table, I thought that was really, really cool. I could have gone out without the women's tag team match. Again, it was just 5 minutes long. I could give two shits about that shit. John Moxley and Takeshita, fire match. John Moxley puts on great matches. Takeshita puts on great matches. Really, really, really good. We're not even going to acknowledge Ronda Rousey in my take. Fuck her. She does not belong in wrestling, okay? Let's see, FTR and the Young Bucks. Again, I agree with Peter. It's not one of their best matches. They've definitely had better matches. Definitely something you guys should go look for in some of their other matches. But these guys, they've worked with each other so much. They always put on a good show. So I really like the match. And I love FTR right now. They're doing some of the best work in their career. And I love that they're with Stokely Holloway. And yeah, I think they've always been better heels than they are faces, and it's showing now. WWE, if that's one tag team you should regret losing, is FTR. That is, wow, they are good. You should have pushed them to the moon when they were there. Willow Nightingale versus Lena Cross. I could have gone without. TBS title, so I get it, but again, and obviously the tag team match that opened the night.
Luckily, those were only on the dark hour. They weren't on the pay-per-view technically. They were before the pay-per-view, so who cares about that?
Yeah, true. And Jack Perry winning against Ricochet. Obviously, we know why. Ricochet's comments. He's no longer going to be getting pushed after that, and he might be getting released. So, Peter, what do you think?
Tough. Yeah. Yeah, those comments that he made, that's tough. Obviously, like, everybody understands that you're entitled to your own opinion and stuff like that. And obviously he's a heel, so he does a lot of heel stuff on social media. The problem is that joking around like this or saying comments like this and then doubling down on top of it, being like, oh, you guys send me death threats and this and this and that. Whenever I say anything, y'all get y'all panties in a bunch. Unfortunately, when you are a celebrity and you are in the position that you're at, you cannot be saying stuff like that anymore, because now you are not only a representation of yourself, but you are now a representation of the company you work for. You're a representation of Tony Khan, and you're a representation of Warner Brothers that is given the deal to AEW. So unfortunately, in my opinion, I don't think that Ricochet is going to get fired for this. I just think that they're going to put him through some media training. They're going to be like, yo, listen, stop with the social media. Stop engaging with people like that. You could be a heel. You can, talk, some trash, but leave the personal stuff alone. Like, just talk straight wrestling, and that's it. Excuse me, 100%. That's it. Because unfortunately, like, things like this do happen. But you'll never see this in WWE, because as soon as something like this happens in WWE, like, they'll fire you. They have no remorse. They'll fire you right away. They don't play no games with their PR. If you do any little thing to jeopardize anything for them, they'll fire you. Look what happened to Odyssey Jones. You remember Odyssey Jones, Los? He got into the New Day and he got a push out of nowhere, and everybody went crazy for him. He was only with him for one night. And then all of a sudden, a domestic violence charge came out of nowhere. Boom, fired the next day. They fired him right away. WWE doesn't play them games.
Yeah, it's pretty bad.
Domestic
violence is a big thing.
Mind you, it was only an accusation, and WWE fired him. They're like, we don't take them chances. They do not take chances. Same thing with Velveteen Dream. Velveteen Dream had a lot of controversy behind them. As soon as all the things came out, they fired him. WWE doesn't play them games. I'm sorry?
Enzo Amore.
Oh, Enzo Amore, another one, yeah. And WWE doesn't play them games. If you try to do that, it's over for you. Tony Khan, I feel like, is a little different. We saw Sammy Guevara. He had a couple comments before about Mercedes Moné. He isn't fired. He just, his push got, derailed, and he got sent to media training and stuff. So I just think the same thing's going to happen here. Ricochet not going to have that push right now. They're going to have to kind of like shelf him for a bit and like put him through media training, and then he's just going to have to be a jobber for a while, and then, earn your way back up, basically, like let's see you earn your way. I don't think he's going to get fired, man. No. Yeah, hey, Xavier Woods got lucky, man. He got really lucky. That's bad. Yeah, that was bad too. Yeah, that was really bad. Paige, even that.
Did you get that one? Do you get
Which one?
the joke I just made that they're
What?
not Xavier Woods? They're just made that they're
What?
not Xavier Woods?
What Xavier Woods do?
Uh, I'll let Peter tell you.
So so do you know who the wrestler Paige? Do you remember who she was? Paige, WWE wrestler.
Hold on.
Yeah, go
Let's
ahead and look her
see.
up. Paige,
Page.
WWE wrestler.
Uh,
Very
oh
iconic.
yeah.
So story behind her, she won she was very famous, she was getting pushed, she was helping the Divas Revolution, everything cool. Well, pictures got leaked of her and videos got leaked of her having, sexual intercourse with two wrestlers, one of them being Xavier Woods.
Oh, I remember that story.
Yeah,
I
it
remember
was that was bad. A lot of pictures got leaked, things going all over the championship belts and stuff. It was crazy, man. And Xavier Woods and Paige and the other guy, I forgot his name.
Matt something Burdock.
Yeah, they got in trouble for that, and they got lucky. They didn't get fired, but if you notice, Paige, I feel like Paige's kind of run got kind of like slowed down a lot. I feel like Xavier Woods got really lucky. He got into the New Day and stuff, and his push didn't get derailed. They even joked about it on WWE Raw. The Usos, they was freestyling. Hey, you want to get X-rated like your boy Xavier Woods?
It was Brad.
They joked about it.
Burdock. That was close though.
Brad. Yeah. So that's like one of the only cases that you see like that WWE. That thing was a big deal,
for stuff leaking, tapes leaking,
pictures leaking. It was a lot, man. It was bad. It was a lot of stuff.
So is it all? Answer this: is this bad? Like when wrestlers are in relationships together?
It's not bad. It's just what's bad is when explicit stuff gets leaked. That's a problem.
Yeah, that's
especially when you see that your top woman wrestler is on social media, on everyone's social media with the title belt, and she got semen all over her face and on the belt.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Yeah, bro. It was bad.
100%. But hey, let's get to the last couple things here. Aseem wanted to talk about the Jack Harlow album. I'm gonna give him the floor. Personally,
I want to talk about the Jack Harlow.
Garbage. I don't even think we should have mentioned.
Did you listen to it?
Trash. I did. I gave the couple songs a listen, and I couldn't keep going. Thankfully, I was at work, and thankfully we were going through a drill, so I got to put my headphones away.
Well, how about this? We'll just go through the list of the names. Let's just start with this. Last week we was talking about Jack Harlow coming out with this album, Monica. We're thinking that it was going to be some type of hip hop album. And it was, time went by, and then you hear Jack Harlow talk about how he has got blacker with coming out with this new album that he's been working on. So that's the first strike. Second strike is when the album comes out, it is straight R&B. Nobody expected it. They was thinking he was gonna come out with some rap. Do a little comeback, give some fans, some of your good flows, some of your catchy songs. What could it be? And it's a 9-track album of just R&B. His best impression of who's his name? Babyface. Best impression of D'Angelo. Best impression of of all the neo soul artists, and yeah, it did not do it justice at all. So that's all your strikes. So internet has been going off on him, calling him like Ghostface Vanilla. um if we go down the list, what are people saying? We got stuff like Charlie Kirk Franklin, Brian McWhite, Stevie Wonderbread, D Anglo.
Oh man.
We got Music Snow Child.
Yeah.
De La Soap.
De La Soap. That's crazy. Somebody called him IRS 1. That's
IRS 1.
Great.
Yeah.
That was really good.
There was one where it's like Ice. It was like Ice Cube or something like that, where it's just ICE. Like,
listen, it's 12:40 a.m. I gotta keep my crash out low. I'm gonna be quick about this too. I don't want to be here long. Aseem told us to listen to this project.
Oh my god, why you put my name in this?
Because you told us to listen to this project. I'm gonna call you out on it. You told us to listen to it.
Let's pretend like I didn't say anything.
We're not gonna pretend nothing. We straight shooters.
We all
headphones and highlights.
For the
we
pod,
straight shooters.
We are listening to.
We are straight shooters.
Word for word, he said homework, guys.
Bar for bar. Yes.
Word for word, bar for bar. Headphones and highlights. So what's in our headphones?
So listen,
Jack Harlow, Monica.
Unfortunately, but anyways, let me keep going. I'm not a huge fan of Jack Harlow. I'm also not, like a hater. He's okay. He's not my cup of tea, but I've heard a couple songs by him that I can listen to and stuff. He's tolerable. I don't hate him or nothing like that. But I'm gonna be real. I popped this album on. I had no idea what I was getting myself into. I'm just being honest. I listened to the first song. I'm like, okay, I guess he's in his R&B thing for this song. But then every song is the same, and I'm like, what is happening? I'm like, what is happening? And I'm gonna be real with you. I experienced something that I didn't think was going to happen to me again. The last time this happened was on Chance the Rapper's The Big Day.
Oh man.
I had to turn the album off halfway into it. I could not continue it. I was just like, wow, like I can't. I couldn't keep listening to it. This shit is horrible. Shit is horrible. Bro, I'm gonna be real with you. This is the worst thing I've heard all year.
Oh man.
I'd rather listen to Andre 3000's Flute album, which has no lyrics, than listen to this again. I don't understand what he was thinking. The production didn't even save this album. The production was like mediocre. I don't know what this dude was thinking. I guess he wanted the memes and stuff, because I've been seeing a lot of people clown him. This is bad. This is really bad. I'm gonna be real with you. It's really bad.
He was dead serious.
Which makes it worse.
The first was crazy. I don't know. It's just like the first song. He was like trying to do his best, like Erykah Badu and J. Cole, and then another song. It was like a D'Angelo kind of song, and it was like, okay, I get the concept, but you're just not the right person to fit on this.
I'm trying to see if I can remember the song, or if I could look for the song lyric that I was like, what is this, man?
That was the other thing too. Yeah, the lyrics were just like, oh yeah, it just had no heart behind it, no like feeling behind it. It's just like you could tell that the best word to say is just like vanilla.
Trash.
Because he's white.
I don't want to say it like that, but it's just vanilla. It's just like
it's okay. It was bad. He said like, I wish I could trade places with that fence because I want to be the one that you lean against.
Oh,
bro, please.
Oh man,
this is bad. Like, I'm telling you, bro, I have not felt like this since Chance the Rapper's The Big Day album. And I think I'd rather listen to that album again. At least
The Big Day has some, Hot Shower was a banger.
Hot Shower is ass. It's terrible too. I don't know what you're talking about. Aseem is like to torture himself. He's a masochist. Aseem is a masochist. He likes to torture himself. I'm not. I'm not listening to garbage like this.
A music connoisseur, if you
I am
have
some
level of interest in an artist,
listen,
I'll just go out at a blank slate and then I
want to send a message. I want to send a message to Jack Harlow. Jack Harlow, if you ever see this, Headphones and Highlights, welcome, subscribe, like, and share with all your people. Second of all, we not yes men. We did the same thing with Cole's album. We're not yes men. If we don't like something, we're gonna say it. Don't ever do this again. Whoever told you this, fire them ASAP. Fire them. Get them off the payroll.
Second of all, in your camp.
The engineer that recorded you, fire them too. Don't ever record with them ever again. The producers you worked with, fire them. Don't ever work with them again. Whoever you had featured on here, don't you ever work with them again. Never. This shit is horrible. It was trash.
Agreed.
Next time, whatever you work on next time, because luckily, you're still a star, you're still a big name. Just stick to the raps, bro. Just put
it didn't even work when he stuck to the raps.
Yes, it did. He did all right with the raps, but this shit's horrible.
No, not Jackman.
Before we segue away from this, all right, like he just said, okay, if you need somebody, okay, I know a guy on Headphones and Highlights right here.
Peter said go to Peter for coming in for some beats.
He can make you some better production than what you got on this album.
And I ain't gonna lie to you, if it's trash, we're not putting it out.
We need themes. Bro, y'all saw the video I sent on the Instagram where the dude was like, "Yeah, my engineer
yes." He told me I should have dropped this. That's why I say thank you for your advice. I'm still dropping it. That's exactly what Jack Harlow did with this project. This shit is terrible.
Absolutely bad.
That's yes man for you, man.
Oh man.
So the last thing, because we are pushing 3 hours, that we're going to talk about. Last week, I had asked you both a couple questions.
Okay.
So the first one that I'm going to start off with here is, let me see. All right, here we go. So I asked you guys who would win in a fight, Floyd Mayweather versus Bud Crawford, both in their prime, weight class 147. People did comment in on the post. Floyd by split decision. And then the other comment says prime Floyd Mayweather, more athletic, faster, better timing, better defensively, better chin, master of making adjustments, better cornerman. I'd even argue more punching power in his prime. And he said he's not even a Floyd fan. Roby. What do you guys think? Who wins in this fight? Floyd or Bud?
For me personally, I think I would go with Bud. Maybe it's recency bias. I don't know. But I do know that at 47, which was his last fight before Canelo, he absolutely dominated the guy that he fought against. And the fact that the Earl Spence fight where he knocked him out silly was even like below that was crazy. The fact that Bud, first of all, Bud Bud is both. Like he can switch stances and he's good in both stances. Floyd really didn't fight anybody like that. Bud carries power very well. He was able to sting Canelo a couple times with some shots. So I think that was just going to be a problem for Floyd. Yes, Floyd was definitely going to be faster, and his defense was good. But during this time, 147, I mean, he was trying to like engage more. It wasn't going to be all defense and then counter punching. It was going to be a lot of like him trying to engage. And I just don't think it was going to go. I don't think it was going to go good for him against Bud, in my opinion. And the fact that I love you, Roby, but the fact that you're saying that Floyd in his prime had more power than Bud, I think you crazy for that one.
Aseem, Floyd Mayweather, Bud Crawford.
I'm gonna go with Floyd Mayweather. So after a week of thinking of it, as well rounded as Bud is, and I don't know, just someone with Floyd. He's just in the ring. I feel like he's. I feel like he would be more of a critical thinker in the ring. So I don't know. It's just the way both want to fight. I wouldn't say they're similar, but it's just like, just the thinking on the fly type of thing. It's gonna be just one of those chess match type of boxing matches where they're gonna be figuring out like the plan of attack instead of just swinging and seeing what'll work and don't work. So, but I think the edge would go to Floyd. I would give it to Floyd.
Oh well, I'm with Peter here. I'm going with Bud Crawford. I just feel like the switch stance fighting that Bud's gonna do in the fight and fight adjustments is something that Bud is really good at. I agree with what you guys are saying about Floyd. I just personally, when it comes down to this fight, I will go with Bud. That's maybe just recency bias for me. I'm not the biggest boxing fan. I'm new to the sport, but what Bud has shown me, to me, is more than enough for me to say that he is probably the best fighter that we've ever seen in our lifetime in terms of boxing. But again, I'm not the boxing fan. I'm new to the sport, so I'm still learning. With that being said, the second question and the better question of the two that I had asked you guys last week, the best performance by a actor in a movie, in your opinion, all time. I told you guys last week, for me, it was Heath Ledger in The Dark Knight. Thought he played the Joker perfectly. Before you guys answer, I will give you guys what some people in the comment section have said. So we got Brad Pitt and Troy, Matt Damon and Good Will Hunting, Ryan Gosling and Matt Conaughey. They always put on good performance in their rom-coms. Another commenter said Rob Williams in DPS. Another commenter said Michael B. Jordan in Sinner. Al Pacino in Serpico.
You mean Al Pacino?
Al Pacino, yes. Sorry, I'm not the best with names there. And then we got Marlon Brando in Godfather.
Ooh, that's a great performance. That is really good.
I mean,
have some people that they did agree with. Or I'm sorry, I lost my place here with
Heath Ledger.
No, not Heath Ledger. With the Denzel Washington. Somebody said all the Denzel Washington movies are good. And
yeah.
then Russell Crowe and Gladiator. Somebody commented saying that that's his favorite movie all time because of his performance, which I can see, because the second movie of Gladiator 2, I liked it a lot. I know a lot of people didn't really like it as much, but the performance that Russell Crowe did made Gladiator the 1 at least be so memorable that they still love it to this day. So with that being said, guys, you guys had all week. Who is the best performance in a movie?
I want Aseem to go first. I want to hear yours.
All right, so mine is between the two, so I'll just go with the first. Is
let us know both though. We want to hear both.
Okay, all right. Well, the first one it'd be Denzel in Training Day. He just stole the show as the villain, and just basically, that was it was good. It was really good. Memorable performance, quotables, all that. And that movie is still holds up to this day. I wouldn't say it was his best, but it was the one that I go back to a lot. And then the second one, I'll go with Robert De Niro in The Godfather. Yeah, the movie is like what people say. It's a absolute classic. Yeah, Godfather 1 and 2. We're not gonna say much about 3, but either way, Robert De Niro is, you know, he's top, top whatever, top 10, top 5. That those movies are still hold up, still incredible movies.
So hold on, Aseem. So you like De Niro's performance of because he was only in 2. You like when he
I
played
say
like
Robert De Niro. I didn't mean Robert De Niro.
Al Pacino?
Al Pacino. I'm sorry.
Pacino,
Al
yeah.
Pacino. I'm going crazy. Al Pacino. I don't know
Like-
why I keep mixing them up.
He played Michael
Yeah,
Corleone.
yeah. Al Pacino.
Yeah,
Al Pacino is
He's up there.
yeah. With that whole performance of just like,
Yeah.
and the way they did it with the movies, just like how he was just coming up to just be the boss now, and just how he handled that role, and just that whole change it put into that performance is really good. So I give to that, and those were the two that were
Great
for that week. Yeah.
Shout out The Godfather. Multiple people mentioned The Godfather.
Yeah.
Peter, you're up.
Yeah, I think you first of all, you guys have great picks. Heath Ledger to me is my favorite villain in the movie. I love his incorporation in The Dark Knight. To me, The Dark Knight is it's like, it was my favorite movie. I think it got overtaken by Interstellar in my opinion, because I love Interstellar. It's so good.
Mm-hmm.
But The Dark Knight is fantastic, and honestly, it's because of Heath Ledger's performance. I just saw The Godfather 1 and 2 last year, and my God, it's just phenomenal movies, bro. Both of them. If you've never seen it, you got 6 hours to waste. Go ahead and watch both of those movies. Those movies are amazing. Like Aseem said, Al Pacino's performance as Michael Corleone is incredible. His facial expressions, his acting itself, the deliveries, so good. Marlon Brando also in The Godfather 1 playing the father, Michael's dad. He was really good, putting the cotton balls in his cheeks, like, he did it so good.
Yeah.
I don't know about Michael B. Jordan in Sinners. I feel like it's a little too early to say that. If we had to go with Michael B. Jordan, I think his best performance is in Fruitvale Station. That movie is really good, and his performance in there was very, very good. But I feel like it's too early to say that to him.
I mean,
Denzel Washington. What's
how
up?
many other people have been like playing as twins, like in the same? That's the crazy part, where it's just like you're playing.
But the greatest performance of all
twins.
time is that.
No, I'm not talking about all time. Yeah, but
That was just the commenter. He is a younger generation, so
okay, it makes sense if that's like.
Yeah, I'm just saying, like, for me, I would rather pick in Fruitvale Station for Michael B. Jordan. But to me, like I said, all those are great picks and everything. They are not my pick. If I had to pick one, so I thought about this, by the way. Like, I really thought about it. I was like, damn, I don't want to be the same as Los, because I was thinking, like, damn, the first thing that popped up was Heath Ledger. But then last week when Los was talking about it, right away my answer popped in my head, and I was like, I gotta think about it to see if this is really it. But it is it, in my opinion. And it's a movie you guys have not mentioned. I don't know if you guys have watched it. The actor is called Daniel Day-Lewis.
Okay.
Very famous actor. Done a lot of roles. Obviously, he was Abraham Lincoln in Lincoln. Very well. So for those who don't know Daniel Day-Lewis, he is a actor that is very traditional in the fact that he goes and he immerses himself completely into his movie, into his character, into whatever research he does. He will be that character at home. He is not himself. He will be that character at home because he's going to 100% represent that. Well, he did a movie that to many people, they consider it to be one of the best movies of all time. I don't know if I put it that high. It's a really good movie, but I think the thing that sells it is his performance in There Will Be Blood. His character in There Will Be Blood is fantastic. Some people say it is one of the best representations of early 1900s Southern accents. It's insane how this dude did it because he's English. He's got a heavy English accent, but he's able to just maneuver it well. It's insane. Like his performance is very well, and the scene where he has to admit that he abandoned his son is just phenomenal, man. The way I abandoned my boy, I abandoned my child. Incredible. The movie itself is really good. It's an easy concept to understand, but man, his performance is so good, man. That man is one of the best actors of live. If you've never seen a movie of Daniel Day-Lewis, please watch it and just notice how it feels like you're not just watching an actor play a person. Like you feel like you're really immersed with this guy. So I got to give a lot of respect and love to Daniel Day-Lewis and There Will Be Blood.
Hell yeah. I love that one a lot. Hey, before I ask you guys my new question for the week, I do want to add one more movie because I seen it a couple days ago and it was like, you know what? This performance or performances here are up there for me with Heath Ledger because it is still one of my favorite movies of all time. Nicolas Cage, John Travolta in Face Off. Wow, they did a phenomenal job.
I never watched that movie, funny enough. I've never watched it.
Bro, watch it. Highly recommend it. The way they do it and the way that they play each other's characters.
I got a good one too.
Is up there. I mean, I'm gonna take your face.
Like, if I have to give a shout out as well, one that I totally forgot, I'll give it to Robert De Niro in Goodfellas. I think Robert De Niro in Goodfellas was really good too.
Yep. Agreed.
I'll also shout out Leonardo DiCaprio. Basically, like
great actor.
95% of the movies that he
Wolf of Wall Street, fantastic.
Yeah, Wolf of Wall Street.
The Revenant too. Yeah. Love that movie.
He wasn't really acting in that, but
he won his Oscar.
Yeah,
he won the Oscar there
from it, but it wasn't really his acting. His was it Great Gatsby as well. He was in
Great Gatsby, yeah. Titanic.
Yeah, Titanic. What's another really
Departed?
Good one?
Ooh.
Yeah, Departed. I really liked him in Django.
Django yeah, he was really good in Django Unchained too. Yep.
Hey, and shout out, can't think of just Robert Downey Jr. I know a lot of people are gonna say it's cliche about him and Iron Man. I mean, if you guys read Iron Man comic books, like he played it perfectly, and not just that, the comic book made Iron Man, Tony Stark, look like Robert Downey
Jr. Yeah,
Robert Downey Jr. So
you gotta watch Tropic Thunder. That's how you get
my god,
real introduction to Robert Downey Jr.
Phenomenal. But I'm just saying the fact that you play a role so good that they changed the guy's look in the comics.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy.
I know we could probably talk about movies all day, but the question I want to ask you guys, okay, would you rather? Okay, I'm going to bring up a would you rather here for the week, okay? Would you rather be 6 years old again? Hold on, let me I have it written down somewhere. I want to ask this the way I had it.
It's a ChatGPT question.
No.
Okay. If we being honest,
no, that's not it. Let me see. I had it saved. And now I can't find it. Give me 1 second. Sorry about that.
Would you rather listen to Jack Harlow
Okay, here we go.
or
So no, Jack Harlow's new album. Hell no. Okay, ready?
or
All right. So which would you rather? Would you rather restart your life at the age of 6 with all the knowledge you have now, or would you rather have $10 million in cash right now?
That's pretty easy.
I
That's
saw
pretty
that.
easy.
I saw this one in an IG post, and I was like, "Oh, that's a good one."
That's-
So, like, real quick, right? Think about it. You're 6 years old. This is before Bitcoin blew up, so you can theoretically make more money than you could have with that.
Oh,
$10 million.
you said go back in time.
Yeah, you restart your life at the age of 6.
Well, when you say restart your life, but like right now from this day, you're 6 years old, or you're starting back at the age of 6.
You're starting back at the age of 6.
Oh, okay.
I know in the IG post that I took it from, that was a big thing. Is it right now? Was it back in the day? You know, and
Okay.
I thought it was a really good one. I think the guy that I got this question from, if you guys don't know him, Chiseled Adonis, has me rolling on Instagram with all.
Oh
this
yeah, I
shit.
watch this stuff.
That one had me dying.
He's good.
And, yeah. So you're restarting your life at the age of 6. So whatever year that was, that's the year you're going to go back to, but you're going to keep all the knowledge you have now. So it's a double-edged sword. It is a double-edged sword.
Okay.
You guys will get my answer next week.
Yeah. You have another question, Los, or nah? I got just thought of one too for you guys. So for next week.
Easy.
Go ahead.
So my question, this is gonna be music related for everybody to answer. I want to know what you guys consider to be the greatest featured verse of all time.
Ooh, okay.
Greatest featured.
Greatest feature of all time. So the song cannot be of that artist. That artist had to be featured on the song.
Okay.
The greatest feature of all time. Because, you know, in your opinion.
Yeah, we got some homework to do, guys. With that being said, thank you for listening. If you guys tuned in for the entire 3-hour podcast that we had this week, we love you. We appreciate you. You're
Big
the real
one.
MVP.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. And yeah, we'll see you guys next week or Saturday if me and Peter can get together this weekend.
Yes, sir.
Peace out, boys.
Peace.
See you.
Peace.
Call me Casey and JoJo. Way that I stay on my podcast. I've been on ESPN all day. Only break that I take is to dodge cash. I don't stop with the beat, ain't no ball hog. Need a tag in this beat, no dog park. Got the crack in the screen, still log on. Now I'm back on my Dean, can't fall off. Yeah, top of the league, I was a hot topic. Over the feet, I'm on top of the green. So I'm Copper Supreme, me and the gang in this thing. Ain't no stopping the team, so you should be following me. I can see it all coming, I've been watching the stream. Put a call to my mom, put a call to the queen. Get a call from my job, say I'm on at 15, I'm gone. Headphones and highlights. Headphones and highlights. Headphones and highlights. Headphones and highlights. I've been thinking about the game. I've been thinking about the money and the fame. Got my fingers on the trigger and I'm aim. If they want it, then they get it in my lane. I've been thugging in my J's. I've been thugging in my Nikes. I've been balling all